Welcome back to your Development Camp 2019 stream. We're here. We've been excited all week for us to play some hockey. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day. Very hot out too. And we're here, we're ready. The ice is in and we're ready to play some 3-on-3 hockey from the main rink here at Little Caesars Arena. I'm Daniela Bruce, and joining me again, we've got Ken Kale and Art Regner. And of course, Carly Johnston is going to be joining us too. She's just down there in between the benches. She's going to give us some great reports throughout the night. You guys know I've been excited for this 3-on-3 tournament all week long. I think I've been talking about it since Tuesday morning. So I do want to let the fans know the rules of this 3-on-3 tournament. It's going to be pretty much just like overtime 3-on-3 hockey. There's going to be 2 10-minute periods. Teams will switch sides, and if it's a tie at the end, they're going to go to a 3-man shootout. So you can see there, all games will be running time except the last minute of the second period of each game. I'm really looking forward to this, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, it certainly is, and I think we've been waiting for a long time just to see some of these youngsters play and perform. And it'll be good to see guys in the first game like I want to say Jay Leno, but Leno, and then you got Rossi playing for Team Del Vecchio and Kuffner. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The fans are going to get a good opportunity to see these youngsters play and compete against each other.
Who knows? Maybe Jay Leno in between games will do a set or two, a stand-up. Yeah, Ken's right. I mean, I'm looking forward just to seeing these guys play a little bit of hockey. There's going to be a lot of ice out there. Obviously, today's NHL is a game of speed. We've talked about time and space, so there's going to be a lot of space out there, but they're still going to find out they're not going to have as much time as they think, even though they're playing 3-on-3. The interesting thing that I think about this, and Ken has alluded to it, in the beginning, 3-on-3 was run and gun, but now there's an actual system, and you watch the NHL and you can see that, and that's why there's been a lot more shootouts than maybe anticipated when they went to 3-on-3, because they do have a system. So do these young men, are we going to just see run and gun, or are they going to kind of gel and have a certain system that they play? Have they copied maybe their elders, I guess is what I'm saying.
However they play, I'm very excited to see it. There's a lot of guys that most of us haven't seen yet, so it'll be very exciting to get them out there on the ice. We've got 4 teams out there, but one guy that will not be on any of those rosters, Phillip Sadena. It's a bit of a bummer. We did see him skate a little bit yesterday, but he's suffering an injury and they don't want to push it too hard. It is just development camp. He's got a lot more to do this coming fall. So let's throw it over to Carly Johnston. She's got more on Sadena.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Phillip Sadena, bummer to see him not playing. I was happy to see him at least out on the ice yesterday, skating around. We all wanted to see him, obviously, in this 3-on-3 tournament and tomorrow in the red and white scrimmage. But it's good to at least know that he's on the mend, and he will be back in full force, hopefully come September, to see him wear that wing bill on his sweater. Over the offseason, I got to catch up with him in Grand Rapids, got to see his pretty big personality, and we had a lot of fun. Take a look at Coffee with Carly.
Phillip Sadena, his first National Hockey League goal!
Hey Red Wings fans, I'm Carly Johnston for Red Wings TV, and welcome to episode 3 of Coffee with Carly. Today I'm sitting down with Phillip Sadena. Phillip, welcome.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We're at the Intermission at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. This is your first year living here. You grew up in the Czech Republic. Where was your hometown? Tell us a little about that.
My hometown was like an hour and 20 minutes from Prague, actually. It's a kind of bigger town right now than it used to be. I love it there. So excited to go back home right now.
How did you get into hockey?
My dad, he used to play hockey, so I grew up around hockey since I was a little kid. Started doing the same things like my dad.
Do you have any siblings, or
No, I'm only child.
You're an only child, so you had to play hockey.
Exactly.
Your dad was adamant that you were playing hockey.
I had no choice, so.
So how proud were your parents when you were drafted first round, 6th overall?
The Detroit Red Wings select from Halifax of the Canadian Hockey League, Phillip Sadena.
Yeah, that was a huge night. They were so proud of me. That was unbelievable. So that was the night I will never forget. So that was pretty awesome.
And you were with the Red Wings for 9 games towards the end of the season. Got your first NHL goal.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
That was huge. I mean, I can't even describe how did I feel, because it was my goal since I was a little kid. It was my dream. It was everything.
And it was cool too. Your first NHL goal, Philip Larsson.
Yeah, exactly. So it was so sick. He passed me on the goal. So yeah.
So So being here in Grand Rapids, are you living with any teammates? Are you by yourself?
No, I'm actually by myself, so just like keep some privacy.
So you're doing your own grocery shopping, your own
Yeah.
laundry and everything?
Yep,
First time?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it a lot of work?
Yeah, I mean, it's lots of work, so, but I'm doing a good job, I would say, so.
I mean, I know you're so busy during the season, but what do you guys like to do for fun on off days?
You know, I'm pretty lucky because I have lots of Czech guys here. So we are hanging out together, going for dinner or whatever. Sometimes we went with the Libor and his little son. We went to like a trampoline.
Oh.
So we were like jumping around and you know, hanging out together.
If you were to sing karaoke, what would you sing?
Do I have to choose from the like USA songs?
No,
or?
you can choose anything.
Closer from the Chainsmokers.
Oh, wait, how does it go?
From the backseat of my road.
Oh yeah, baby, pull me closer.
In the backseat of my road.
So here, it's a little more about music. Is this picture at the arena? What kind of songs do you listen to hype yourself up?
Drake, I'm listening Post Malone a lot, and the Chainsmokers a lot, and a couple of Czech songs.
What's your go-to Drake song?
Go-to Drake song is probably Sicko Mode.
Oh, that's what Giovanni Smith comments on the picture, Sicko Mode. So everyone knows that's your song.
Yeah.
So teach me some Czech words, some like basic Czech words. So if I'm gonna walk in somewhere and I'm gonna say hello.
Dobrý den.
Oh, that's long. Okay, so help, what?
So it's like dobrý
Dobrý
den.
Dobrý den.
If I would like translate it the same, what I said in Czech, it would be like great day.
Okay.
So it's like dobrý den. It means
It's
like
a greeting, but it's like have a good one.
Yeah.
So how about bye?
Bye. Naschle.
Naschle.
Yeah.
Naschle.
Yeah, naschle.
That's pretty good then.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time out and sitting down with me.
Yeah, no problem.
That's
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys, thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Carly. I'll see you next time.
Great guy and a great hockey player. We love having him in this organization. He had a pretty decent season with the Grand Rapids Griffins. Pretty good for a rookie in the AHL. He was pulled up to the Detroit Red Wings for 9 games. Got his first NHL goal against the Colorado Avalanche of all teams. So really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Exciting season ahead for him, and I really think he's going to make a splash in the league. Guys, back to you.
Phillip Sadena there. It was great to see his personality, as Carly said. She really got it out of him. That was a great feature. I love watching it. Getting to know the players is some of the fun of having them up here in Detroit. Very, very bummed to not see him on the ice tonight, though, guys.
Well, he wanted to play, and you know, I talked to him 2 days ago. I ran into him, and he said that during training, kind of tweaked a hamstring, and although he wanted to be out there, and we alluded to it on previous shows, he was lobbying to get out there. He finally did yesterday, but the Red Wings told him, look, we want you ready for training camp, the prospects tournament. That's the important part of the season, obviously, because it's really the beginning of the year. It'd be nice to see you out there. I'm sure the fans want to see you, but you've got to rehab that hammy and make sure you're ready for training camp.
Yeah, that's one of the things you don't want. You don't want lingering injuries, and you want to be fully healthy going into the prospects tournament and also the preseason games. He's a fun guy to watch, though, and I think the fans will be a little bit cheated that he's not on the ice tonight because he can do so many wonderful things. He's got that great shot, and Art and Daniela in a 3-on-3 situation, he would get opportunities to shoot, and we're going to miss that tonight.
Well, I've joked with several of the Red Wing, current Red Wing players saying that Phillip Sadena has the best shot on the team, and he's not on the team. He really does, though. I mean, he has a real rocket. He has a cannon. It's extremely accurate. But again, not to be so redundant here, but he needs to get up to speed in the game, and literally get up to speed of the game to find the opportunities, find those areas to take that shot, because when he gets it off, as I said, it's hard and it's accurate. So we're going to miss him, certainly, and this would have been a great environment, as Ken said, 3-on-3, but I think it'll all pay off if he makes the Red Wings out of training camp, and we can see him here at least 41 times at Little Caesars Arena.
Right, and like you said, this is a great opportunity to see some 3-on-3 hockey, and we've got a lot of guys out there that are playing and that we do want to take a look at. Let's talk briefly about just the opportunity that 3-on-3 provides. You know, this is a new thing this year. This is the first time that the Red Wings are doing it. What do you think this gives these players, and why do you think they did a 3-on-3?
Well, I just think it's an opportunity to showcase their skills and their talent, and it's also good for defensemen to play 2-on-1. And, you know, there's a lot of ice to maneuver out there, and I think for the European players, because there's so much open ice in a 3-on-3, they're going to be more used to it than the North American players, just because there's not many players out on the ice. So that's one of the elements. The other element, I think, what'll be surprising is coaching, as far as these guys have really never played together. So we could see some miscues out there because of the fact that they haven't played together as a team. And, you know, sometimes when you deke, the other guy goes the other way, and then it can cause a turnover. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the goaltenders do as well. I mean, you know, Keith Petruzzelli is on the, I guess, the favorite, Team Howe, and then Jesper Eliasson is Team Delvecchio's goaltender. Both of them are well thought of by the Red Wings, and you know Petruzzelli needs to have a big year, as we said, junior year at Quinnipiac. He's in net, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities for them to make some quality saves. Ken's right. We probably will see a couple of mistakes simply because they haven't played with each other. Most of development camp has not been a lot of scrimmaging, or even it has been more skills and drills and seeing where they're at that way, as opposed to trying to gel together as a team.
So let's take a look at the two teams that will be on the ice first. We've got Team Howe and Team Delvecchio. The rosters here are pretty exciting. Eaton Phillips, Joe Veleno, Keith Petruzzelli on Team Howe, and Team Delvecchio, guys that I am interested to see, Robert Mastrosimone, Ryan Kuffner, Taro Rossi, all of those guys are actually going to be really exciting. Ryan Kuffner and Taro Rossi played a little bit together, not actually together, but you know, they were on the team when pulled up with the Red Wings. They signed that one-year deal. They played the end of the season. So seeing them out there together will be pretty cool.
And they know how each other played because they were teammates for 9 or 10 games when they came up late in the season. So it wouldn't surprise me, although they could be on different units, it might be a surprising factor to see them play together and see what type of chemistry that Hirose and Kuffner have when they're on the ice together.
Right, yeah, that will be really cool, Art.
I just want to see Ryan Kuffner score a goal. I think he needs to get off, you know, get the monkey off his back, or get off the schneid, however way you want to put it. I think because he is a goal scorer, and we've talked about this in previous shows, is that Ryan Kuffner scored goals. You know, that's what he did at Princeton. And I think once he gets that first one, maybe they'll start coming a little bit for him and get a little bit of confidence. You know, he's a wonderful kid to talk to, really has his head on straight, very balanced, but I think that he might be gripping the stick a little bit. If he can get even 3-on-3, just get a doggone goal and take it from there.
Definitely needs that confident booster, but on the other side of things, Taro Rossi came in and he seemed like he adjusted really well to the NHL, and I know 9 games is not a very big window to see somebody, but it was pretty impressive for the time that he was up here.
Well, Hirosi's the guy to feed Kuffner the puck. I mean, Hirose really impressed the Red Wings when he was up at the last 10 or so games of the season with his ability to make a pass and the way he thought the game, and there are little saucer passes. You know, he knew he has the right touch, and that's impressive. For a guy like Kuffner, you know, and I'm sure Hirosi's going to be trying to set him up if they're out on the ice together a couple of times. So that'll be a really interesting duo to watch if they are out there for Team Delvecchio.
You know what's amazing, too, is that certain players, the puck follows them all the time. And that's one thing I noticed with Taro Rossi when he was playing for the Red Wings in those 10 games. No matter where he was on the ice, the puck was around him. And you mentioned Kuffner having a hard time scoring, and he gets some shots away. But on the other hand, he doesn't see the puck as much as Hirose. And I don't know if it's because Hirose thinks the game better or sees the ice better, but it just always seemed like Hirose was in an opportunity to either shoot or make a play.
Looking over at Team Howe now, we've got Eaton Phillips in that lineup. That was somebody everybody was pretty interested to see. He was drafted in the 4th round just last weekend. So a center, I'm excited to see what he has. A lot of people are saying that he might be a steal in that 4th round.
Well, yeah, I mean, Eaton Phillips, he's one of those players that he's all about size and speed and can make some plays. We talked about it. He joined Sioux Falls, who won the, I believe, the USHL championship, and he played the last 50 games and was really an integral part. I'm sure Phillip Sadena, he might be, I know he's disappointed he can't play, but he's probably more disappointed because somehow I think he would have found his way on the Team House roster and been up there with Eaton Phillips, because Phillips' family billeted him when he was in Halifax, and then also Nico Hischier of the Devils the year before. But I'm eager to see what he can do, because the one thing that the Red Wings stressed, as I keep saying at the draft, was compete level, and they play really, really hard. So that's what I'm eager to see, exactly what kind of game Eaton Phillips has.
And of course, we're all excited to see Joe Veleno. There's been some hype around him. He had a very, very good season last season. So let's go back to Carly Johnson. She's got more on Veleno.
Yep, he is my player to watch, not just for the development camp, but for next season and for many seasons to come, because I think he's going to be in the NHL next season. He was in Drummondville, got 104 points, you guys, in one season. I mean, that's amazing. For a guy coming out, he's only like 20 years old. How old is he? We drafted him in the 2018 NHL entry draft, 30th overall. I think he's going to be a key player in the Red Wings organization. I got to catch up with him, and we're going to see what he's going to do tonight. 3-3 soon up. Let's see what we had. A fun little feature for him. Let's get to that.
Joseph Veleno may not be a household name in this country yet, but it may very well soon be. Veleno is just the 5th player to be granted exceptional status by Hockey Canada, allowing the 15-year-old to play major junior hockey in Canada this season.
Getting the exceptional status, it was, to start off, it was something I really wanted as a kid. Just to play in the CHL, play in the QMJHL. Something I always wanted. I've seen guys that went through that process, Drouin, Duclair, guys who I worked out with in the summer, and I just wanted to be like them. So it was something I always wanted. It was my decision. Obviously my parents supported that, and then entering the league, I thought everything I guess was pretty good for myself. I kind of worried on my own expectations and not worry about what the other people wanted me to do. Even though I think I didn't put up as many points as people wanted me to, I thought, my game was, pretty steady, like you said. Obviously I have things to improve on. Yeah, well, I think I'm a two-way centerman who can, chip in offensively and be responsible defensively. Can play in, I guess, any position on the roster, any role that I'm asked to play. I think I can, do a really good job at that. Play in all situations and bring a little bit of leadership in there, with my work ethic, with my compete, always battling and always competing hard.
Detroit Red Wings are proud to select from Drummondville, Joe Veleno.
I guess a great day for everyone, not just myself. I really enjoyed it. Loved being in Dallas, loved being at the rink, and just hearing my name get called. Such a special feeling, and there was a lot of mixed emotions going through that. A lot of tears, a lot of joy. So, putting on that jersey, felt awesome, and landing in Detroit, I think could have asked for a better organization to be in. With such a great historic winning franchise, I think. I think their organization, knows what they're doing, and I think they bring up their players pretty well. So, I'm really excited for that, and whenever they feel is the best fit for me, when to play in the NHL, I think, I'd be more than happy to have that opportunity with Detroit.
After you were picked, it seemed that you had a full section of supporters. How many people are actually here from your family and friends?
I don't know. I didn't count them, but I think there's about 20 of them. Here, I think they've all been with me since day one, and they've all seen me grow up, play hockey since I was a little kid. They're pretty much the reasons why I'm here today and made me who I am. So without them, I don't think this day will be possible.
So at 30, we had him extremely high on the board, and we wanted to target centers as well. He's a centerman. He's the captain of Team Canada, the Ivan Hlinka. He's a captain of the Under-18 World Championship team. I don't want to do a lot of comparisons, but he skates, a lot like Dylan Larkin. He plays the game kind of like Dylan Larkin, we were worried a little bit by, Larkin's creativity, I think, in his drafter when you really try to pick these guys apart. Obviously, Dylan has, answered a lot of those questions for us. I don't want to compare him to Larkin, but he fits the mold of what we're trying to accomplish. We want to be fast, we want to be competitive, and we want to produce more offense. And we're real happy. If you would have told me that we were walking out with Veleno with 30, I would have been shocked.
I think I had a good second half last year, and I was really happy with that. So, I think next year, I'll be ready, I'll be stronger, I'll be better, and hopefully I can play in the NHL.
Look at those stats. I mean, that is a stellar season for such a young player, too. In the queue for Drummondville, he just really had a breakthrough season for them, hoping that he'll come to Detroit for the season and start racking up some points for the Red Wings. We got to catch up with him after the first day of development camp, and he's saying he's feeling a lot more confident during his second development camp that he will be wearing that winged wheel on his sweater come the 2019-20 season.
A little more comfortable this season since you've already had one development camp?
Yeah, a little bit. I know more or less what's going on at the camp. I'm more familiar with all the drills and all the activities going on, so it feels nice to, I guess, be one of the older guys and, I guess, show some of the younger guys a little bit of the ropes here.
How excited are you to begin your pro career?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, it was I guess.
All right, guys. Thanks for that, Carly. A lot to see for Joe Veleno here, and we'll be watching him take the ice shortly, guys.
Well, he's out there right now. The game started right on time. And so far, first shot on goal. So we didn't miss much, but, I think it may be a bit of a feeling out process in the beginning there, Ken.
Yeah, first shot of the game was by Gregor McLeod, who we just saw moving in there and getting a good shot on goal. Jesper Eliasson is the goaltender for Team Del Vecchio. Keith Petruzzelli, Red Wings are high on him. He's the goaltender in the end to our right in the red-colored uniform. So we're underway. Great to be here. We got a good crowd on this Friday night. And a quick change already in this 3-on-3 after the whistles. The play is in that zone. Now a break up the right side. Here's Kuffner making his way in on goal. A poke check, rebound opportunity. And Petruzzelli will cover up off to the side of the goal. And there's Kuffner, as we were talking about, trying to score a goal.
Look at that, already creating an opportunity for himself. Didn't bury it like we wanted him to, but already creating that break opportunity, which will be great for him.
Right, he couldn't control the puck there right towards the end and ended up skating into Petruzzelli. But, like I said, it'd be great to see Ryan Kuffner get a couple in this game.
All right, we're underway here as Duquette will pick it up and move up across the line, makes his way into the corner. We got Casey cutting hard after the puck in the corner. He eludes a check, but it rolls into the near corner now as Team Del Vecchio will settle it down and bring their way up. No score. Holloway got it out to center ice, into the Howe zone, dropping it back, and it bounced over the stick. And out to center ice it goes. So we're seeing some pretty conservative play right now in the early goings of the game.
Yeah, Ken, I think there is a little bit of a system. As you said, the way it's developed at the NHL level is everybody has a man, and it seems like everybody is taking one man on the ice, and that's the guy that they're in charge of.
There's Lucas Savages with a shot from the bottom of the right circle trying to beat the goaltender Eliasson upstairs, but Eliasson made the save.
I will say there's a lot of communication on the ice between these players, too. You can hear them.
Here's Rossi, the former Michigan State Spartan, circling the net, tried to wrap it around, sends it out in front, and they score!
All Jack Adams does is score goals here.
That's Jack Adams, and we talked about him over the last couple of days. He just seems to score goals, as you described, and he gets the first goal of the 3-on-3 tournament.
Well, we talked about Rossi and his passing skills, and what a beautiful pass to Adams, and he made no mistake about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Taro Rossi, of course, involved in the first goal of this 3-on-3 tournament. We were talking a lot about how he's a setup guy. What a beautiful setup on that play.
Yeah, I mean, Rossi has been pretty impressive. I know everybody, including most Red Wing fans, are really high on him, including fans from the University of Michigan.
Here's Veleno trying to make a move as he cut right out in front after we saw some speed from him, and he slid it just wide of the goal. All right, quick feed down the left side. Not down towards the side of the goal, and now it's picked up off to the side, and Johansson chips it out to center. It goes right to Eliasson, the goaltender, and he'll just muscle himself to Rossi out to center ice. You know, the goaltender plays a big part in 3-on-3 as well.
I was just going to say this is probably a good chance for some of these goalie prospects to kind of showcase their skills. They're going to be taking a lot of shots during this.
Well, if you have puck skills as a goaltender, you do help them out.
How much do you think, like a guy like Marty Brodeur, who liked to play the puck, do you think goaltenders now in this 3-on-3 format like to play the puck?
I would think so, because, you know, most of them are egomaniacs and they'd like to get a couple of assists or two. No, seriously, I agree with you. You know, because you can start that breakout. I mean, you can definitely create odd man rushes if you can handle the puck as a goaltender.
Here's Robert Simone with a feed across, and that one just off the stick comes back towards the blue line. Setkov, the big defenseman, makes his way in, swings it to Simone. Feeds it back towards the left point, and nothing there, so taking it back out to center ice was Ryan Kuffner. See, that's what we were talking about, is if the play's not there, you regroup and make a play. Now here they go on a change. Holloway moves in, right circle, moves in, tried to go upstairs, and Petruzzelli came up with a save.
Yeah, Petruzzelli's looked pretty good. I mean, nothing you could do on the Adams goal there, but he has been definitely challenged a little more than Eliasson.
You know who else has looked pretty good? I think this is his second shift already. Patrick Holloway. We didn't get to touch on him very much this week. So far, so good.
Right. Interesting story, because he transferred from the University of Maine, and so he had to take all of last year off because of the NCAA's archaic transfer rule, where you have to sit out. And so it's a big year for him. It's obviously a big year because his numbers were not bad at Maine. He was a teammate of Chase Pearson.
All right, now busting down the right side. Here's Robinson making a move. Tried to score on a backhand, and is that puck in? Yes, he scores.
Well,
and it's 2-0.
Petruzzelli kind of took that look behind him, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, he wishes he had that one. It didn't look like it was going to go in at first.
Yeah, Keith Petruzzelli would like to have that one back, certainly.
That was a lot of speed, though, by Robinson cruising down the right side.
That was Owen Robinson. He was a free agent invitee that we talked a little bit about. I think it was yesterday.
Well, Veleno's out on the ice. You know he's going to want to get something going here for his team.
Here's McLeod with a centering attempt. That one just wide of the goal, and Team Del Vecchio with a 2-0 lead will bring it forward. Adams, who scored the first goal, off to the left side, turning with it in the corner. That's Berglund. In behind the goal. Puck stolen by Team Howe for a moment, and now scooping it up, that's McLeod. As he heads out for the Howe group, gets the return feed out at center ice. McLeod taking a look, and a quick change by Team Howe.
Here's Veleno.
Veleno circling around, getting some speed. Nice feed across, and it was bounced wide of the goal, and there's that setup ability by Joe Veleno.
Right, you can tell passes are just a little bit off, but as this game progresses, you think that they'll get used to one another, get their timing down.
Yeah, one thing I noticed on that play was his patience. He was very patient with the puck in that.
Well, you have to be, really. I mean, he has good hockey sense, obviously. He knows what he wants to do, and he's willing to take the time to make the play happen.
Now here's Setkov moving in with that reach. He got the shot away, and Petruzzelli came up with a pad save. So the big fella there, Setkov, trying to score upstairs on Petruzzelli. 2-0 lead for Team Del Vecchio. We're in the first period. Here is a pass to Casey for Team Howe, circling around, top of the left circle, moves it down low. Interesting work along the boards. Now the puck is jammed loose. Robert Simone reaching for it. It comes up across the line. Kuffner tried to pick it off, but now it's intercepted. Long stretch pass, and that one just bounced over the stick of the Team Howe forward. Moving in, that was Phillips.
Eaton Phillips out there. We talked about him in the pregame. Eager to see what kind of game he has. One of those workaholics out there. Just has a bundle of energy.
A little bit of cherry picking out there by the forward for Team Del Vecchio as the puck is moved down back and behind the goal. And I think in 3-on-3 situation, sometimes you can do that. You just don't want to get caught defensively.
No, you'll hear about it if you do.
2-0, Team Del Vecchio with the lead. Goals by Adams and Robinson. Now they bring it back up the left side. Little drop feed, a shot wide of the goal. Cruising towards the front of the goal was Cody Morgan. Now McLeod with a feed pass. Here's Veleno on a breakaway. He's going in all alone. He shoots, and the save was made by Jesper Eliasson as Veleno tried to score, and now he wraps it home.
Maybe once, Jesper, but not twice, my friend.
just continues to go to the net, and Veleno puts Team Howe on the board.
Well, there it is, his first goal of this tournament, so that's exciting for him. We've all been really excited to watch him play, and so far, so good.
Yeah, I'm the master of the overstatement. Get used to that, Red Wing fans.
Veleno's your guy, though.
Yes. Great blogger.
Look at this pass. McLeod moves in. Fake, shoots, score!
And just like that, tie game.
Game is tied 2-2.
Well, that's all you need. You get one, and I think Jesper's got to work on that 5-hole a little bit.
Well, McLeod with the goal, and that was a nice fake and a nice shot that beats the goaltender Jesper Eliasson.
I'm wondering if Veleno's ever going to get off the ice from here on out.
Maybe not.
Veleno with a centering attempt, but too far in front for Albert Johansson, who will pick it up deep into his own zone. Johansson's a pretty good skater, and you can see it right there as he makes his way out the center. Now to McLeod again, trying to make his way in. Good defensive play by Bergeron to take him off the puck.
That was a nice play.
Jack Adams out there, he drops it off, and now Bergeron of the feed to Adams. He opened the scoring for Del Vecchio. 5 seconds to go in the first period. Good defensive play right there by Matthew Bizier to take the puck away, and there goes the horn, and we've got a 2-2 tie after the first period.
Goals early by Del Vecchio, and then Team Howe countered, and Joe Veleno kind of took the game a little bit into his own hands there for a while.
I think that gave us a good insight of how exciting 3-on-3 is, though. All of a sudden, it's 2-2. We got a tie game.
Right, exactly. It really, Howe looked like they were trying to find their legs, get a little bit of a system together, get a feel-out process for one another. And once they started to degenerate a little bit, and led by, really, we don't want to overstate it. It's not the Joe Veleno team, it's Team Howe, but Veleno really came on there towards the end and helped his team out.
You know what's amazing is you can already see Joe Veleno, the way he skates out there and the way he thinks the game, how impressive he is compared to some of the other players that are out here in the tournament right now. I mean, he plays at times like a man amongst boys out there.
Well, he was impressive last year, and I know from talking with him, I think deep down he thought, boy, I might have a shot to make the Red Wings last year. And then when he was sent down to Drummondville, even though he had 104 points, it took him about 9 or 10 games just to kind of come down from the exhilaration. Remember, he played in preseason games for the Red Wings last year before they sent him down. I mean, he did not look that much out of place. The edict to him was go and dominate in the queue, which is exactly what he did. So he's put himself in a nice position to get a long look, and possibly, if he's not in Grand Rapids, maybe he is up here in Detroit.
And I know you guys have talked about this pretty much all week long, saying that his goal was to play 200-foot hockey, was to improve on his defensive game. Do you think he did that? Are you seeing any of that?
Well, that plus 65 tells me he did. And that is something that Sean Horkoff harped on him all season long. And he really did say that every time I talked to him this year for the blog, which was at least once a month, he would say that I've got to play a 200-foot game. If in today's NHL, if you don't play a 200-foot game, you're not going to last very long. So he understands what he needed to do, and I think, quite frankly, he accomplished that. Now let's see if that'll translate to the professional level.
You know, one of the other players that didn't really play for the Red Wings, like Hirose and Kuffner last year, but a guy that had actually 2 good shots for Team Howe was Jared Lukasavages. He had 2 really good shots trying to score upstairs on Eliasson, who made some pretty good saves. So to me, he kind of stood out, and it looks like he's got a pretty good shot.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that period. We've got them right here. Of course, we had the 2 goals, and it was Team Del Vecchio kicking things off. Taro Rossi with the setup.
Well, Hirose, as we said, nice soft hands, great pass. Red Wings talked about it there. You see it in Jack Adams. You know, he just buried it. You know, no chance for Petruzzelli, and Adams scores another goal.
That one kind of snuck by Petruzzelli right there. He'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You could tell Keith is going, wait, how did that get through me? That should have never happened.
He came back with a pretty good save later on in the period. That one he would have specifically liked back, though. I do agree. That was the same one that snuck through.
Well, Veleno gets stopped there by Eliasson, but now a nice setup pass. He's all alone, and boom, he buries it. Before Eliasson could turn around, that puck was in the net.
And that's good hockey sense right there, knowing that you just made a play and then you get yourself into a scoring position. And McLeod, good heads-up feed from him. He saw Veleno right out in front, and he just buried it.
I think Joe knows you're talking about him, Ken.
Yeah, he was looking over here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he was looking over here.
Thank you, Ken.
You're going to see more of that, is what he was trying to tell you.
It's worth the steak dinner I owe you.
Well, what are your overall thoughts about the first 10 minutes of 3-on-3? It went really, really quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
You first,
Oh,
Art.
I was just going to say, yeah, I thought so. It kind of reminds me of how development camp progressed. On Monday a little slow, and then as each day picked up, they picked up the pace, and we saw that the Red Wings have a lot of talent out there on the ice. This prospects camp has been development camp, I should say, has been pretty exciting. And I thought as the game wore on, it got more and more exciting. They got more used to it. The crowd, everything, the environment sort of melded into everything, and they were able to play hockey.
I think goaltenders, they don't like 3-on-3 as much as the forwards, and they're going to see a lot of action. And sometimes players pass the puck around because they're so wide open they don't even shoot. But the goaltender's always moving around in the goal crease, and sometimes they have to be really on their game and play heads up if they want to make the big save.
Well, because there's so much ice and players are all over the place, and they can do rink-to-rink passes and all that. You're right. Their head's on a swivel here. They're thinking, do I move? Where am I going? Okay, the puck's here. This could be there. Because part of goaltending is you have to kind of anticipate what's going to happen and where you should move and how you should play your angle, how far out you should come in your net, and it's really difficult 3-on-3.
And before we get the players back on the ice for the second period, let's take a look at our bracket for tonight. As we mentioned, there are 4 teams. We've got Team Howe, Team Del Vecchio, Team Lindsay, and Team Lindstrom. And there will be a consolation game. So you'll see here the winners will play in the semifinal game of each of the 4. And there will be a consolation so we can see who's going to finish in third place, if you want to say that. So we'll get 4 games of 3-on-3 before we crown the champion at the end of the night.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, the early line has been Team Howe, led by Veleno, as everyone thinks that they're going to, Ken was telling me the odds were like 9-2 or something.
Well, earlier today on our...
Did you calculate those odds?
Earlier today, though, on our stream, I said the player to watch is Filip Larsson, and he's the goaltender for Team Lindsay. And I'm really looking forward to see him play. And then, of course, you've got Groove. He's playing for Team Lindstrom a little bit later on, and he's one of the guys that could ruffle a few feathers out there when he's on the ice, even in this 3-on-3 situation amongst his own teammates.
I think all 3 of our guys, we all picked a player to watch earlier, including Carly, and she's the only one with hers out on the ice right now, which was Veleno, so maybe we should pat her on the back for that one. Definitely the player to watch.
Way to go,
right?
Carly. Way to go.
Way
to go out on a limb.
Pick. Yeah. I think I took an even safer pick with Maurice Sider. So.
Well, again, we're seeing a graphic of Phillip Larsson, and look at those numbers, 13-6-3. Really good save percentage, .932. Yesterday we were talking about if you're around .915, you're doing pretty good. 4 shutouts, played 22 games. Started the year, I believe he was hurt, but came back and really performed well, and he was dynamite all season long.
Well, the last couple of seasons, he had a groin issue that was finally had some pretty major surgery. He kind of downplays it, but he is now completely healthy. His numbers last year in the NCAA, many were saying that they thought that he was the best goaltender in college hockey. And the year before in the USHL, he set a save percentage and goals against average, all-time average for the USHL. So he's certainly a player to watch, as we've talked about all week.
Again, we welcome you back to the live stream here as it's 2-2. Adams and Robinson open the scoring for Team Del Vecchio, and then Veleno and McLeod scoring to tie it up for Team Howe as the second period is underway. And Master Simone will pick it up and wheel a backhand to Kuffner, who streaks over the line. One man back, that's Phillips. He cuts inside, hands it off to Setkoff. That puck off his stick. And now Phillips charges back, makes his way around Master Simone. 2-on-1 over the line. Pass across. Oh, there is Luco Savages with another great chance. And a good save by Eliasson.
Right, without question. Eliasson came up big on that one. Wide open. Nice play there. But Team Del Vecchio could not convert.
Master Simone had a good opportunity, and they want him to get the puck on target a little more. He shot that one wide of the goal. He's got it again. Brings it back towards the blue line, finding some skating room and making his way in on Jared Lukasavages. Now he brings it out to center, and Robinson, who's winding up at that speed, carries over the blue line. One man to beat. He makes his way in with a backhand and shot it wide of the goal.
That's a nice individual effort, though.
We saw a few good plays from Robert Master Simone. I did want to mention, just so everyone remembers, that was our second round pick in this year's draft, so he's definitely someone you're going to want to keep your eye on.
Yeah, the Red Wings really like him. I mean, they like everything about him.
Master Simone looking pretty good out there, and so is Robinson with that speed. I'll tell you what, he showed flashes of brilliance. He also has a goal in the game.
Wasn't that kind of his thing? He was known to be a guy for speed.
Yep, quick feet, and he can really fly, and now the puck is all the way down the ice.
Yeah, I think with the way the game's going today, really, speed is definitely a huge asset, and I think teams really look for that when they're looking at potential draft picks.
Game tied 2-2, 8:04 to go in the second period of the first game of the night. Quick changes by both teams, and now bringing it out of his own zone. That's Morgan quickly over the blue line. Make that Hirose now, dropping it back. Berglund to Hirose. Skates his way in, left face-off circle, doesn't shoot. Hands it off to Jack Adams with that long reach. Moves in, save made by Petruzzelli, and the puck goes into the corner. Adams knocked his man off the puck, sends it in front, and that pass through the skates of Hirose, and now Team Howe comes back on a break. McLeod up the right side to Veleno, and Adams coming back to make a good, solid defensive play.
Right. Adams trying to pay back Hirose for the nice play in the first period on that goal. A little bit of chemistry between Hirose and Adams, which is, kind of interesting to see.
Nice physical play
together, yeah.
Nice physical play by Adams.
Exactly, Daniela. That was a good body check to come away with a puck, and those are the little plays that make a difference in a hockey game.
Jack has put on about 25 pounds, he said, of pure muscle and working on his speed. So
how much does he have to eat, since we know these guys can eat like...
Yeah, I think Jack probably, he probably shouldn't eat too much. I think those 25 pounds came on a little too easy.
All right, Team Howe threatening down low. Here's a feed out in the slot to Phillips with a wrist shot. Save was made by Eliasson. Now a 2-on-1 developing the other way. Master Simone to Kuffner. Kuffner to Master Simone, moving into Kuffner. He scores!
There we go.
That was pretty.
That was a real nice play there. Nice, very nice. Kuffner, we needed that. We were hoping that he would get a goal. Maybe now the floodgates will open for the young man. Works very, very hard, and I don't care if it's a development camp, it's 3-on-3. Ryan Kuffner needed to score a goal, and I'm glad to see that he
How
did.
big is that? I think people underplay how big gaining that confidence is. So he scores a goal, like you said. It may not be on the biggest stage, but a goal's a goal.
Yeah, certainly, especially since he was known as a goal scorer at Princeton, and when he came up to Detroit, and granted, he did not see the minutes, nor did he get any special team play, but it's always nice to score, and I'm glad for Ryan Kuffner.
5:45 to go, 3-2 lead for Team Del Vecchio. Along the near wing. Puck is played down into the corner. Now here is Casey moving out in front. Takes it back towards the blue line, trying to elude a defender, throws it down low. Howe trying to get back into this game. Duquette from the line with a shot, redirected, cutting right out in front. Bizier, and he deflected it wide of the target. Duquette from the blue line had it chipped away, and now he recovers, though, to play it out to the line. Robinson, quick feed over the line to Morgan. Right circle, 2-on-1. Morgan moving in, pass across for Robinson, and that's off the stick of a Howe defender and out to center ice.
Well, if you look at the way this game is going, really, you have to give it to Team Del Vecchio. They have really had more of the better chances, and they seem to be playing a little more of a consistent and solid game.
Yeah, what'd you say those odds were for Team Howe, 9-2?
Now, that's what Ken told me. I think he's a sucker's bet. He knows how I am.
Here's McLeod up across the line. He and Veleno having some magic here in the opening game. McLeod to Veleno at the blue line. Backpedals his way, left circle, stick handles, pulls up. Good move right there by Veleno. Now another quick break, and now it's broken up, and here comes Adams in a foot race. The big fella makes his way in, shoots, score!
Wow,
Great job.
I mean, that was Joe Veleno he was going up against. He took the puck from Joe and then scored. Again, I know I talk a lot about Jack Adams, but every time in the red and white games the last 2 years, and now in this game, every time he's had an opportunity to showcase his talents, that's exactly what he did. That was a nice takeaway from Joe, and that's not easy to do. And then scoring the goal, too. And then what a nice shot.
Give him 2 stars for that play. 1, to stop Veleno, and 2, use some speed, and 3, I guess, to finish the play with that beautiful shot for a second goal of the game.
Right, and he said, I asked him, he said, I've really been working on my speed. I know that big guys You know, we're known as slow, lumbering kind of players, and I'm going to show that, you know, I have a little bit of speed in my game, and he proved it there.
All right, another 2-goal lead for Team Del Vecchio. Time winding down here in the second period, 3:25 to go.
I think I might call a timeout if I'm Team Howe right now. Get the boys settled down a little bit.
Master Simone going after the puck in the corner. It was tapped away all the way down the ice. Petrozelli will swing it across to Barton. Quick change by Del Vecchio's, and now it's Setkoff along the boards. Robinson with that speed. Tried to get it out to Master Simone, and he was intercepted with the pass by Lucas Savages with a feed in front, a shot by Phillips, and he scores.
That was also a great play there. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of heady play here, and the Red Wings stressed how, you know, everybody that they have drafted the last couple of years have a high hockey IQ, and you can see it. They, you know, when they get the puck, they know what to do, and guys know where to go when they don't have the puck, and they're setting each other up. It's pretty impressive to watch.
And that was Eaton Phillips. We talked a lot about him. He was also a draft pick in this 2019 in the 4th round, so it's good to see what he's got.
Well, that person you heard cheering was Phillip Sadena when Phillip scored.
Yeah, his buddy got a goal. If he
right.
can't get one, it might as well be his buddy, right?
His protege.
There you go.
There's Lucas Savages. He had 2 good scoring opportunities in the first period and finally capitalizes here in the second. He's got a pretty good shot, and I like Robinson's speed from Team Del Vecchio so far.
Right. Well, you know, their transition game has been pretty good, Ken. I definitely agree with that. They have shown a lot of speed.
Minute 54 to go here in period number 2, and it's a 1-goal game in favor of Team Del Vecchio, 4-3. Casey up the center ice.
And this is it.
Makes a way in. There's a shot by Matthew Bizier, and that one ends up off a stick into the protective netting.
Looks like Petrozelli is going to the bench. I don't know if it's for water or if we're going to see the extra attacker, and we are seeing the extra attacker. Goalie pulled at 1:28 of the second period. This is pretty exciting. You can hear it in the crowd. People now are on their feet because the goal is empty.
It's kind of like a power play here, 4-on-3 with no goaltender for Team Howe trying to tie it up. Johansson, Phillips with a shot, redirected in by Veleno. He scores. And the game is tied on that goaltender pulled power play.
Well, there's Joe Veleno again.
There you go, Joe. Joe was tripped up there right at the end. I don't think Eliasson liked the goal, but now we're 4-4. Now, if it's 4-4, we go to a shootout. There's
and
no
that will be
overtime.
a 3-man shootout. Yes,
Right.
Correct. And he was playing in front of the net on that one, a little bit different than the goal we saw him score earlier. He kind of made that whole play, but just being in front of the net, that shows what that does for a team.
Right. Well, they had the face-off there. He was, you know, they won it, and he was allowed to set up in front of the net and tipped it. You know, good hand-eye coordination,
Yep.
what you need.
There's McLeod moving in over the line with 38 seconds to go. 4-4 tie. McLeod down low and behind the goal, trying to feather it out in front. It was intercepted. Team Del Vecchio comes back the other way. Lane was shut down for Hirose. Now he'll take it deeper. Johansson almost stole the puck, but Hirose brings it out to center, and that was a questionable drop pass, but somehow got it away. And now winding up, that is the defenseman Gustav Bergeron. Will play it into the zone, and Veleno chipped it out to center. Here's Lucas Savages moving in, right circle with that wrist shot, and he fired it wide of the left goal post.
Kenny, I agree with you. He looks like a pretty good little player.
Gotta love that shot, and at the horn, he had an opportunity to score, but the game is tied 4-4.
First game, and we're going to a 3-man shootout already.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I told you this was going to be great. I've been telling you all
Yeah,
week.
you have been.
What are the odds, speaking of odds, of Veleno getting a chance here in the shootout?
I would think he's the first man, right?
I think he's all three.
If that was allowed, he would be.
Yeah, we have player V and then E and then L going for us.
What about for Team Del Vecchio? Adams, he's got a couple of goals, huh?
Yeah, you know what? Jack showed a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack goes out there, but yeah, I would think, you know,
Oh, Master Simone?
well, I'm not surprised about this. He should definitely be out there on the
Master
shootout.
Simone makes his way in, fake shoot, scores! And the goaltender, Petrozelli, had a piece of it, but it trickled over his pad into the net, and Team Del Vecchio has a 1-0 lead in the shootout.
Yeah, Keith very disappointed in himself, but that was a nice play. Nice some dekes there by Master Simone.
All right, here comes a shot from McLeod, wide of the goal. He didn't get it on target.
Well, it wasn't Veleno. We were wrong. But that was another guy that we were really excited to see, McLeod. So that was a...
Well, pressure on now. Petrozelli has to obviously stop this puck, just give his team a chance.
Here's Rossi slowly making his way in. Cuts across, moves inside, shoots, scores! Up the crossbar and in.
Well, this is it. This game could be over. It's got to be Veleno coming out now, I would imagine. And it is. This is a big moment for Joe.
All right, pressure's on right now. Here is Veleno making his way in, and he backhands it over the line on a great play.
Look at those moves.
That's a Forsberg play, isn't it? I mean, kind of.
Art, you're loving this right now.
Oh, yeah.
The smile on Art's face. I wish you guys could see it.
Well, you know, the kids that blog for us, I really like. And now here's one of our other bloggers, and it's Jack Adams.
All right, Adams making his way in, fumbled the puck, shoots, scores!
Well, Adams wins it.
That'll do it. Delvecchio wins the first game. Adams with the game-deciding goal in the shootout, and he had 2 goals during regulation play.
Adams goes to Union College. Petrozelli goes to Quinnipiac, so they know each other quite well. They play against each other, and obviously, as Petrozelli dejectedly was skating off the bench, Adams went up and skated to him, patted him, and said, oh, that's all right. You know, don't worry about it.
All right, guys, that's the end of Game 1. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back with Game 2 shortly. Stay with us.
Hey, Hockey Town! We're excited to share that our 2019 Detroit Red Wings Youth Hockey Camp is on. This summer, we are offering 75 minutes of on-ice training and 35 minutes of dry land training provided each day in the Belfort Training Center located inside Little Caesars Arena. During this 3-day camp, you'll be able to sharpen your skills for your upcoming season, all while learning the love for the game of hockey. The camp focuses on both on-ice and off-ice development with instruction by 4-time Stanley Cup champion Kirk Maltby and Red Wings coaches.
Yeah, no, it's a blast. It's, all different ages, all different skill set, but I think at the end of the day, we try and give them a little something to think about, but at the end of the day, have some fun.
All campers receive an official Red Wings Youth Hockey Camp jersey and a personal 5x7 camp photo. There will be special camp giveaways and prizes. Current Detroit Red Wings player is scheduled to appear each day, subject to change. You'll receive a certificate of participation signed by coaches, as well as a 2019-20 preseason ticket offer. The camp runs July 15th to the 17th with age groups from 6 to 12. And for the first time ever, a girls-only group ages 9 to 12. No matter your skill level, the Red Wings Youth Camp is for all. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the fun this summer. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/youthcamp to register now.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you for staying with us. Team Lindstrom and Team Lindsay on the ice now. Puck just dropped.
Yeah, we're underway as the puck comes out to center ice. Now feed pass into the slot. Quick shot right there, but that one was blocked. And now down the ice, here's Bergeron making his way in. He shoots, and the save was made by the goaltender.
Jonathan Bergeron, a high draft pick by the Red Wings last year in the second round. He was out most of the season, only played 16 games because of a back injury. So I know the Red Wings are really eager to see, first of all, how recovered he is and what's going on right now with his back injury. He looked pretty good on that play.
There's a shot on goal, and that one was saved, and quickly back down the ice, up the right side. Groove, feet in front, a shot, and they score. Team Lindstrom takes a 1-0 lead. Dastus.
Yes, that was. Well, we're seeing a lot of great passes coming from behind the net to guys wide open, and they're making no mistake. Yeah,
it was a good shot.
It was a nice play.
And that is Larsson, the goaltender. for Team Lindsay. And now we got a fast developing 2-on-1 up across the line. Here's a chance. Oh, what a save right there. Wow, Yetman had a chance, and that was a beautiful save.
Bratstrom looks really, really good in net. He's made a couple of saves early on in this period, and so he had a rough year last season, but he's been looking pretty good so far for his team, for Team Lindsay.
Victor Bratstrom, the goaltender, just kicked the goalie pad out and made a remarkable save. That was unbelievable.
No, it really was. I mean, I think we had that labeled goal for sure, and he kicked it out. Pardon me, that's Team Lindstrom that he plays for.
Nothing lead for Team Lindstrom.
He's Swedish and Nick's Swedish. I better get that right.
Nice spin move out at center ice. Pass out in front, fanning at it along the right side there. It's wide of the goal, and now they come back. Over the line, a shot, and that puck is in. Bergeron scores the goal.
We had mentioned that he was coming back from an injury. He didn't play much last season, but on that play, he looked pretty healthy.
Well, I'll tell you what, talking to Sean Horkoff about him when we did our By the Numbers feature for the DetroitRedWings.com, which actually is today. My colleague Dana Wakiji wrote most of that article, and Sean Horkoff said, we're eager to see what he does at development camp, quite frankly, because he played the first 16 games of the season. He was diagnosed with a back injury, and he's been shelved since then. So this is a big development camp for him. Very, very high on him. As a matter of fact, they were so high on him, if Joe Veleno did not fall to number 30 in the draft, the Red Wings would have taken him in the first round with the 30th pick, he being Bergeron.
Well, he was taken with their next pick, right, in the second round?
Yes, he was the first pick in the second round.
Shot on goal and another save by Backstrom.
He was 33rd overall, so he was the second pick in the second round.
So just, what was that, 3 picks after Veleno then?
Yeah, Veleno was at 30.
All right.
.5:58 to go here in the first period. Game tied 1-1. Puck is in along the far boards. Groove let it go, and it comes out to center ice. Battling for it along the far boards, now making his way in.
A player we haven't talked a lot about who's out there as a second-round pick of the Red Wings is Ante Tumisto. And he's out there on the blue line, big Finnish defenseman. So it'll be interesting to see what number 24 can do.
Nice speed, nice out in front. Good save right there by Filip Larsson. And Team Lindsay will bring it ahead out to center ice. Up across the line, that is Soderblom going after the puck along the right circle, shoots it around the boards. Quick change for Team Lindsay.
Soderblom is 6'7", so you don't need to adjust your screen. Yes, he is that tall.
It's kind of like Setkov there in the first game.
Exactly.
He's another 6'6", 6'7" defenseman. Game tied 1-1, about 5 minutes gone by here in the first period. Riley drops it back. Up across the line, O'Reilly again makes his way into the slot, feed pass in front, a good opportunity, and Larsson made the save.
Nice play there, nice little give and go.
Oh, wide open, Larsson with a save in goal, and boy, trying to score was Ryan O'Reilly right there.
He coolly just makes a save, drops it, and says, pick it up, boys, let's get that rush going up the other way.
For a second, I thought he didn't know he had it.
Yeah, really, no, I mean, one thing I like about Filip Larsson is he's pretty unflappable, and I think you just saw it on that play.
Another player, Art, your player to watch, Gustav Lindstrom, is on Team Lindsay, so we can be looking for him in this matchup.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I think what I'm like seeing here, I think is this, as each game has progressed, these guys are finding a little bit of a comfort level, and they're kind of gelling together as a team, and it's pretty good hockey out here, even though it's 3-on-3, and many of these players are playing together for the first time.
Game tied 1-1, 3:51 to go. Glad you're in tune to the stream here as the pass comes right out in front again. Larsson with the save, and he's been tested.
Yes, he has.
Now 2-on-1 developing. Here's a shot and a goal. Wow. That was a rocket upstairs, and a 2-1 lead now.
We have seen some marksmen. That was a beautiful, beautiful go.
That was Alex Limoges.
Limoges, I mean, Branson covers a lot of net, and but you got to give up a little bit. And Limoges just put it right where. What do you like to say, Ken? Right where Mom keeps the peanut butter? Is that it?
Yeah, where Grandpa keeps the old granddad, top shelf.
Oh, of course, the old granddad. For me, ladies and gentlemen, it's peanut butter.
I was going to say, where did you get
Kenny,
peanut
it's
butter?
old granddad.
You were close, Art.
2-1, that's our score. 2:48 to play. First period as the puck moved in front, and Larsson, again, he's been tested here in the first period, and that was a good opportunity right there.
That's your player to watch, Filip Larsson. He's been coming up pretty big here.
Back over the line.
He's patterned his game after Henrik Lundqvist. I think you can see it. He's pretty calm, cool, and collected out there. Just stopped a partial breakaway.
That was Consolation who tried to score. Shot from a sharp angle off the pipe. It comes back to the line. Consolation going after the puck in the corner. Lalonde with a check on him.
Casper, a third-round pick in 2017.
Oh, a snipe shot right there from the left side beat Larsson.
Well, Ryan O'Reilly, you've alluded to it during previous shows, Ken. He likes to shoot the puck. That's what he's known for. That was an outstanding shot.
We spent some time talking about that 2018 draft class over the week, and he was drafted in the 4th round, and, everyone was really happy with that draft class. So just an example right there.
Right, and, if he makes it into the NHL, he'd be the 4th player born in the state of Texas to play in the NHL.
So the game is tied 2-2. Feed pass into the slot. Quick turnaround shot by Tufto, and that one ends up along the far boards. Long stretch pass. Here's a behind-the-back feed, goes into the corner. Lalonde makes that puck back to the blue line. It comes now along the near boards. Moore.
Mo Siders out there on the ice, ladies and gentlemen. 53, just made a couple of good defensive plays in his own zone. He is big and has a reach.
Tufto with a feed across, a drive, and they score. Consolation, I believe. Nope. Kevin Maki.
Little Otto.
Put a little weight on over the summer.
He did.
Not much, but he did.
He went from 94 pounds to 102. No, but Kevin Maki, all he does too is, as you see, 5'8", 154 pounds. He's a little shifty playmaker. He uses every inch of his body to make things happen.
Gustav Lindstrom, he's number 28. He's chasing the puck in the red jersey, as we're going to keep an eye on him, 21-year-old defender.
Well, he'll be in North America this year, most likely in Grand Rapids.
There's a backhand try, and they score again, Team Lindstrom. Pearson fires it in.
Well, I think Filip Larsson, let's see how calm he is now, giving up 4 goals here in the first period. I think that you really have to give it up to Team Lindstrom. Really came on in this game, and especially in the second half, and scored some goals. I mean, those were all nice plays, really. Very, very nice plays. The O'Reilly shot was incredible, and Chase Pearson did what he had to do. Very, very nice coordination, very nice passing by Team Lindstrom.
Art, I think one of the things you touched on was how well these guys are meshing together. It's actually pretty surprising to me, given the fact that they really haven't played all that much together.
Well, they're hockey players, I guess, and there is a little bit of a system, and maybe, and I don't know, Ken, maybe at this time, if you're coaching either one of these teams, it's boys, go out there, have fun, but just kind of dumb it down. Don't try to do too much. Let's just try to stick to some fundamentals and see what happens.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of an all-star game where there's not much coaching that goes on or systems. They just go out there and say, listen, just go out there and have a lot of fun as you describe, but just create, make plays, and if you're a goalie, try to stop everything you can, but sometimes some goalies are going to be hung out to dry. Larsson was tested in that first period. He really was.
Yeah, he was, and we have a goaltending change for Team Lindstrom as
Geilander?
Yes. Carter Geilander is in the net. The last player taken by the Red Wings in the draft in the 7th round, 191st overall. And talking to Brian Mahoney-Wilson, the Red Wing development coach, many think that he could literally be a steal. He has really good numbers, and what a shot.
That was Consalo with a wrist shot that beat the goaltender upstairs.
Casper did not score a goal this year for Boston University. He had 11 assists, so I know that feels good for Casper Consalo, a third-round pick in the 2017 draft. And, he's Finnish, and scoring on Larsson makes him feel very, very good.
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it was. Casper has an offensive upside, and he was someone that when the Red Wings drafted him, they thought that he would eventually make it to Detroit, and at least as a shutdown defender, 5 or 6 defender, but if he can show an offensive upside, he can make it into the top 4. He's a top 4 defender at BU.
What a move by Sadena right there. Now he passes it off and a quick shot, and that one hit the side of the goal. Did you see that move where he tucked that puck clear to his skate and then got around the defender to make a play? That was beautiful.
Again, I keep harping on it, but if you're a teenager playing in a men's league and you're the rookie of the year, you've got something going.
Given Maki with a feed in front, and fanning on it was Odin Tufto. The puck goes into the corner. It's little plays like that Sider just made that you just shake your head at. Those are big league plays.
Those are big league plays, and it shows he's got a real good presence on the ice. Chase Pearson just running away with the MVP of this game.
That was a great setup by Grouvet, though. He made that play happen there up the middle.
Well, Grouvet is known as a playmaker. He has offensive touch and flair. I mean, that's a wide open net. I mean, you can't blame Larsson on that. That's just a good play by Team Lindstrom.
Team Lindstrom looks pretty good. I'd change your odds up.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick flew in from Sweden to give these guys a pep talk the way they're playing.
Well, I took as my pick the goaltender Filip Larsson, and it doesn't look like he's.
Well, hopefully he wasn't hitting the old granddad.
Being hung out to dry right
now.
now.
Yeah,
well,
definitely
this game
being
might
tested.
send him there, though.
Doesn't have much help right now.
There's a chance from in close. Skylander made the save on the rebound. 2 good scoring opportunities right there by Gustav Lindstrom.
So we got to see a little bit of Mo Sider. That was a nice move he made over here. So it's good to see him kind of meshing with the rest of the guys.
Well, he's a complete player. He has a two-way game. And certainly, Steve Yzerman couldn't stress enough what they really like about him is his hockey intelligence. He has great on-ice presence, and I think we are seeing it now.
The other thing, too, to have the confidence to make a play like that, it's kind of a risky play, especially on 3-on-3, but if it works, it's a great play.
And, Red Wings need players like that, though. They need somebody who's a little bit of a risk taker.
I agree with that one 100%.
Puck is shot over the glass into the crowd. 6:23 to go here in Game 2, and Team Lindstrom with a commanding 6-2 lead over Team Lindsay.
And I think what, getting back to Sider here just for a second, is that, okay, he takes a risk, it doesn't work out, he's going to be able to move on from it. He seems to have a well-balanced, well-leveled head.
Puck shot down the ice. Now a race for the puck. 1-on-1, making his way in. Oh, good poke check there by Filip Larsson as he knocked the puck away. Now quickly down the right side. Here they come. Soderblom makes his way in. Pass to the far side of the ice, intercepted. And now a 3-on-0 developing. Kevin Maki, right circle feed. Back to Kevin Maki with a shot, and he scores.
Well, see, that is the beauty,
Well,
kind of the
you,
beauty
Casper,
of 3-on-3, though, right?
That wasn't Kevin Maki.
Yeah.
Casper Consalo, he's going to go back to BU, and he's going to be a marksman. Like I said, he didn't have a goal last year. He had 11 assists, solidified himself as a top 4 defenseman for the Terriers. But, there's another guy, much like Ryan Kuffner, although he's a defenseman. I think he's going to have a little bit of confidence. Seeing him score a couple of goals in this environment is good for his confidence.
Well, lots of goals.
Here's Kevin Maki. Sider with a wrist shot, left circle, and that one wide of the goal.
He just pointed to Ken from the ice and said, I'm not going to let you down, Mr. Cal. I'm going to get a goal for you.
I got the right consonant right. It was a K.
There you go. Definitely. Hey, I think they're both Finnish, right? So, right country, just wrong player. That's all right.
So there's 4:42 to play here in the second period. In case you just tuned in, Team Howe won the first, or was it Team Howe that won? Team Del Vecchio won 5-4.
Run the shootout.
Jack Adams had 2 goals and the game winner in the shootout. Sider with a feed in front. Larsson closes the door on Tufte, who tried to score from in close.
Larsson signaling to the bench going, hey, do you want to pull the goalie now?
We saw that in the first game.
You saw Mo Seider, he's directing traffic out there too. You know, he was going down. He said, I got this man. He's pointing, you get take this man. So a little bit of a field general out there.
Bergeron out to center ice, makes his way in, 2-on-1. Pass in front for Gustav Lindstrom. And that one ends up into the corner. Now a clearing attempt fails. Limoges got it to the left face-off circle. Feed in front. Gustav Lindstrom on the wraparound, centers it out in front of the goal. The puck was knocked away. And Das 2 will come circle at his net, lift it up the left side. Now he takes a look and drops it back.
Well, right now it's a 5-goal lead for Team Lindstrom over Team Lindsay, 7-2. And you've really got Team Lindstrom came out and, you know, the old cliche, but it's true. They were ready to play.
Puck shot into the corner. Groove up the right side. Rugged forward, brings it ahead out to center. Team Lindstrom changing. Out to center ice. It's played across and right back over the blue line. Team Lindstrom trying to score again. O'Reilly with a feed. Good defensive play, and now back the other way on the rush. That's Soderblom breaking in all alone with a shot, and the goaltender Gielander made the save.
Well, the book on him was he has pretty good moves for a guy so large, and I think you saw it there. He has pretty good coordination for being 6'7" and does like to go to the net.
Puck shot back in, and there's 2:41 to go here in the second period. Commanding 7-2 lead for Team Lindstrom.
So they'll match up against Team Howe. Or no, Team
Del Vecchio.
Team Del Vecchio.
Up the right side, moving in. That's a quick shot by Chad Yetman, was blocked, and now that puck ends up into the net, and it's a goal.
Is that Seth Barton that got it? No, it can't be. He played in the last game. Oh, it's Yetman.
Chad Yetman, yep. So no quit for Team Lindsay. They get their third goal of the game. 7-3, that's our score. The puck is along the near boards and into the corner.
Well,
Here's Mo Seider. Seider makes his way towards the blue line. Head up. Now finds an opening. He looked like he was going to turn the corner, but he pulled it back.
Right, no, pulled it back and regrouped. Again, the one thing that really has stood out for Mo Seider in this game is his intelligence, his hockey IQ, his presence of where he is on the ice and making the right play and taking a risk or two.
Yetman's pass broken up. Kevin Mackey got it out to Seider. Here he comes. Breaking in, passes it off, a shot, and they score. Seider got it across the Tufte, and he fires it home.
Talking about his IQ, I like his decision there to go with the pass instead of the shot.
Yeah, I mean, unselfish. I mean, he could have easily taken that shot if he would have wanted to, but he saw his teammate wide open.
Could have gone either way. I think he knew that he had the goaltender beat a little better if he passed it off.
Right.
Seider's played pretty well.
Yeah, why don't we score 8 on Larsson, make him really feel good about his night.
Well, we talked about it before. It's hard to be a goaltender in 3-on-3 hockey. There's going to be so many opportunities, and you're going to see so many pucks coming at you.
There were a lot of great plays by Lindstrom and a lot of wide open nets, too. I mean, Filip Larsson, I'm sure he's disappointed by this effort, but he shouldn't be.
Lindstrom steals, swings it across, a shot, and they score. That's Limoges. Fires it home after a good play at the blue line by Lindstrom, who read the play nicely, stepped in, intercepted the pass, and threw it across.
Well, Gustav Lindstrom is certainly, I mean, the Red Wings, when they drafted him, and it was a bit of a surprise in the second round, going at, I believe it was 38th overall. I'm going off the top of my head here, but he has done nothing but get better and better and better.
10 seconds to go as it's a commanding lead, 8-4 for Team Lindstrom. Up the left side, up across the line. Moved back around and a centering attempt. Knocked away, and now here's a break, but there goes the horn and the game is over. And Team Lindstrom wins this one 8-4.
8-4, and very impressive by Team Lindstrom. A lot of playmaking going out there, and I think led by Casper Consonsalo had a couple of goals. You got to be happy for Casper. As I said, he hadn't scored a goal last season for Boston University, and Mo Sider kind of directing traffic out there and making the right plays at the right time, taking a couple of risks, poking the puck away. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opposition, and I'm sure they may not like it, might be a little disappointed, Team Lindsay, but you got to tip your cap to Team Lindstrom.
Think it'll be a tough skate tomorrow for Team Lindstrom or Team Lindsay after this 8-4 loss.
Maybe.
I'm joking around.
Yeah. I think, tomorrow's a red and white game. And so I really think that these players that I will say this on Team Lindsay, though, I think that they'll come out tomorrow and have something to prove.
Well, don't forget, guys, we are going to see them again. We've got the consolation game. It's going to be Team Howe and Team Lindsay for third place, so maybe they'll come out in this one.
Well, you'd like to, but I think they're just too dejected. No, I'm just joking. Obviously, they'll play another game. It'll be tough because Larsson has a chance. I think the most interesting thing about the consolation game will be to see how Filip Larsson responds and how he comes back.
Does she have?
All right. Waiting for game 3.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ken. We've got Carly down there. She's catching up with some of the guys after that first 2 games.
How does that feel to play like that in front of someone like Steve Yzerman?
Pretty cool. First goal since 2017, so about time, I'd say.
Well, it's a pretty good time to do that in front of someone who could be hiring you, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. But right now, back to college and yeah.
Yzerman said there are definitely spots open, and you guys are fighting for these jobs. Yeah. Do you feel good after this long development camp going into tomorrow's scrimmage?
Oh, yeah. I feel like all my test results went up, and a lot of I've learned a lot, even though it's third camp already, but always learning new stuff. And we have a good group of guys and excited for tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Looking forward to watching you play tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Guys, back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Carly. That was Casper Consonsalo. We just saw him play for Team Lindstrom. He had 2 goals in that game.
And pretty nice shots, too, for a defenseman. But a guy certainly, he'll be a junior at Boston University. He'll be welcoming a couple of freshmen, Eaton Phillips and Robert Mastrosimone, to the Terrier fold. And Casper, when you reach your junior year, you have 2 years left to impress the pro team that drafted you in order to offer you a contract. And certainly scoring 2 goals in the 3-on-3 tournament here, I think it's really going to help Casper out. He's already a wonderful defender, blocks a lot of shots, delivers a lot of hits. He has that side of the game down. He needs a little bit of an offensive side because, as we've seen, Ken, in today's NHL, you have to be all 6 guys that play D have to almost be offensive-minded.
All right, guys, let's take a look at some of the highlights from that game. There's a lot of them. There were a lot of goals scored during that one. So I don't know if we'll get through all of them, but we'll show you. We'll give our best attempt to show you guys all the best highlights. That was a great setup and a great finish there by Dastu?
Sounds good to me.
We're learning, right? We're still learning, too.
We're learning on the fly.
I'll tell you what, there were some really good shots on the goaltenders in that, and Limoges had a couple of goals, and he had a couple of good shots right there.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive considering some of these guys, especially the Europeans, haven't played hockey in a couple of months. Their season ends earlier and begins obviously earlier than it does here in North America. So, they're pretty quick studies. The game came back real quick for him.
So we definitely have to talk a little bit more about Mo Sider, right? That was his first game out there on the ice for this tournament. And as you guys said, he made a few very, very good plays, and he showed his calmness and his ability to take control so much that we've read about after the Red Wings drafted him.
Yeah, it's almost like he's played the game before at the pro level.
Yes.
He's been exciting back there on the blue line, and the ability to take chances, and I know it's not the National Hockey League, but he made a really good play where he tucked the puck into his skates to get around a defender and then set up his teammate for a goal. Those are just big plays right there, and he seems to be able to know when to shoot and when to set up his man, and we saw a couple of nice passes by him there in the offensive zone.
Well, anticipation. I think that that's it. I mean, he has a good head on his shoulder and is able to think the game and almost intuitively knows what to do with the puck when he gets it. Again, it's the small things, as Ken has pointed out many times, that you see on the ice. There was an opportunity where Team Lindsay was breaking out, and Mo Sider started skating backwards. He pointed to his fellow teammates, said, "This is my man here. Go over here. You take this guy." I mean, so he was being a director out there on the ice, and I think he was a steady, settling influence, and I think it really worked wonders for Team Lindsay. Obviously, they won 8-4.
Ken, what do you think that says about him? Art mentioned that he was able to kind of take that control, tell guys where to be, what man to take. He's, 17, 18 years old, so what do you think that says about his play?
Well, it shows his leadership qualities out there, and it just shows that he knows so much about the game. And, a lot of youngsters, they'll come into the league and they're waiting for the veterans to tell them what to do. So I like the fact that he can read plays out there while he's defending, and he can tell his teammates who to cover. And it's all about communication. No matter what line of work you're in, you got to communicate, especially in a fast-paced game like hockey. You got to be able to direct your teammates into certain areas or take certain guys. Otherwise, it could be a long night for your team.
Right, certainly, and it really did seem like the team Lindstrom was able, and maybe it's Mo Sider, maybe they were all doing that on there. They had good communication on the ice. I mean, they had a lot of backdoor plays, a lot of wide open nets. Now that's going to happen 3-on-3. I understand that, but you look at it and you say, oh my gosh, all week long, Art and Ken, you guys have been talking about Phillip Larsson. He gave up 8 goals. Well, a lot of those goals he had no chance on. He really didn't. And he did come up big on several occasions. So, again, I wouldn't read too much into it, especially in a 3-on-3 format where we know there isn't a goaltender alive today that loves that format, that embraces it, says, give me more 3-on-3.
I think you got to look more at the fact that the guys on the offensive side of things are finishing their chances, are, putting the puck in the net when they're supposed to, as opposed to goalies not being able to make crazy saves during 3-on-3.
Right, and I think, 3-on-3 obviously is geared to being offensive, and I do think the defensemen are a little bit behind, a little bit slower than the forwards who, anticipate, they know what they're going to do with the puck. They're talking to each other, go here, go there, and I just think that early in the year, it's this quote-unquote summer hockey that right now the D-men and the goaltenders are saying, ugh, but the offense has been impressive. There have been some nice goals here and some nice shots, as you pointed out, Ken.
Absolutely, and in the first 2 games that we've seen, Limoges had a couple of nice goals. Kevin Maki had a good one, Kat Consalo, so they're sniping, they're picking the corners, and that's always good to see. Well, this is Game 3 right now, folks. Glad you're tuning in on the live stream, and with a great opportunity right there, try and score. Bergeron brings it ahead out to center ice, carries up across the line, makes his way in, circles the net. In front, quick shot, and a nice save and goal.
Yep, by Petrozelli. I think Team Howe now has changed to the white jersey.
Correct. We've got Team Howe in white and Team Lindsay in red.
Well, Team Lindsay, they moved from one bench to the other. That was basically what their break was, because they're here in the Consolation Game. So Team Howe switched jerseys. They were in the red in their first game.
So we got a face-off coming up to the right of Keith Petrozelli, the goaltender for Team Howe. Here's a shot right side, and Petrozelli made the save again.
Well, it may sound corny, but you don't want to finish fourth in a 4-on-4, 3-on-3 tournament here, or a 4-team 3-on-3 tournament. So I would expect both of these teams on the losing end.
Ooh, 2 chances right there, and Larsson came up big on both of those opportunities. And that was a good shot from in close right there by Lucas Savages.
See, there you go. Larsson made 2 good saves on that one, right, Art?
Right. Well, Larson's trust me, he's going to play his tail off here. Giving up 8 goals, even though many of them were not his fault, but he's going to want to make a little bit of a statement. And Petrozelli, for that point, wants something to prove. Look, these guys lost, so they're all out there wanting to win.
And again, Lucas Savages, he's had some great opportunities in this hockey game, and in the last one, he's got it again along the right side boards. Lucas Savages with a feed across to the left face-off circle. Phillips with a nice move, twisting and turning. Drops it back, left circle feed, and the defender's knocking that puck away and now bringing it back on a 2-on-1. Out to center ice, over the line. Tomisto with a pass across, a shot taken, and Petrozelli made the save.
Tomisto, another guy that, as I said, we haven't talked much about, but second-round pick by the Red Wings last week in Vancouver. And he is something that they're very, very high on. Håkan Andersson, the European super scout for the Red Wings, very, very just singing his praises.
There's Busick going after the puck in the corner, throws it around the boards. Yetman now to the right circle, quick shot, and that one's off the glove, I believe, of the goaltender Petrozelli and into the protective netting.
Well, it seems like the goaltenders have decided they're going to try to lock it down a bit. And I think that, it is interesting, Ken, to see because both teams were on the losing end, and this is the consolation game. But, we may see a little more of a defensive battle than an offensive battle in this game.
Yeah, might tighten it up a little bit here after getting that first game under your belt. All right, here's a little feed pass ahead. Limoges down into the corner. Bumped in along the boards, wins the battle, circles the net, got it to the right face-off circle, and turning with it there, Bergeron in behind the goal.
Gus Lindstrom trying to sneak in.
Bergeron into the high slot, shot in front, save made by Petrozelli, trying to poke it home. Limoges on the doorstep, and the play is stopped.
We've got Joe Veleno back out there. He had a pretty impressive first game. He scored a couple of goals.
And got one in the shootout as well. The only goal, I believe, for his teams.
You can take a look at Petrozelli. He's a big, tall goaltender, and he covers a lot of net. He's been pretty sharp so far in the first period, 7:11 to go. Now breaking in, right side, a shot taken by Lucas Savages again, and that one wide of the goal.
Is he ever off the ice?
It does seem like he's always out there, doesn't it?
He's getting opportunities.
Right, he does. I mean, he's around the puck. That's why Ken keeps calling his name.
Soderblom with a feed in front, back to Soderblom. He scores on the bang-bang passing play.
Well, again, nice play. And we're going to see, we've been seeing a lot of backdoor goals, but it was pretty.
Elmer Soderblom, he was taken in the 6th round last weekend in Vancouver, so a lot of guys from 2019 out there, but he was from what I was reading, could be a steal of the draft, getting him that late.
Well, that late, he's tall, he's big, but he's pretty agile, he has some quickness, and he likes to go to the net. And, he didn't get everything on that shot, but just enough to put it in.
Loggins with a nice feed across on a tic-tac-toe passing play.
That was really nice. So far the hockey's been pretty impressive, at least offensively, or from the skaters.
There's a feed in front right to the goaltender. Petrozelli keeps the play alive. Look out, he dives back and smothers that puck in the goal crease.
You've got to think that maybe Keith thought that they were still in red, because there was no one around. He gave the puck right to the.
Hey, that's not impossible. They were just in red the last game.
There he goes. He's freezing the puck, and he goes, oh, no, there's my guys.
Yeah.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first period of the consolation game. In the championship game, we've got Team Del Vecchio going against Team Lidstrom.
I think there was some gamesmanship there like the other team. Hey, Keith, don't freeze it. Give it to me. And he did.
Bergeron along the far boards. Had it tapped away. Trying to center it Veleno, and now it's held by Lindstrom. He will play that puck out to center ice. 1-0 lead. Team Lindsay with the lead as they bring it back up across the line. Lindstrom in pursuit, trying to catch his man, rides him in along the end boards. That's McLeod. McLeod and Veleno had some good plays together in the opening game. Veleno behind the goal, makes his way into the corner. Forced wide, now it comes out to center ice, and picking it up there, that is defender out in front. Bergeron with a chip shot, feed across, save made by Petrozelli in the goal crease, and that was a good play by Bergeron on the setup, and Soderblom with a good opportunity.
I'll tell you, Soderblom's looked pretty good in this game. Again, 6'7". Petrozelli fighting the puck a little bit in this game.
Well, he's seen a lot of shots, that's for sure, as the puck comes out to the blue line. Loggins trying to dance around Barton. Barton stood him up, and Soderblom, who has the only goal of the game, makes his way in over the blue line, tried to cut through the defense, but that one was stopped in a hurry.
Barton had an excellent freshman year at UMass Lowell.
Petrozelli with a save as the puck is wrapped around the boards, and again, Team Lindsay is applying the pressure to Team Howe. Soderblom, right point, spins away from Barton. Now it came back towards the blue line. Tomisto got it to the right side boards. Now feathered in front for Soderblom, and that one was
I like the idea.
Phillips races down the right side, using his speed to move in with a backhand opportunity, and it rolled off his stick into the corner. Picks it up again, left circle, makes his way out in front. Puck squirts free. Quick change by Team Howe, and coming on the ice to pick it up, that is Duquette. Duquette charges out to center over the blue line, trying to get around his man, after it in the corner with Lalonde. Now it's dug off the boards and played to the left circle, feet in front. Turning with it, that is Casey, back towards the line. It's off the stick, and now a race for the puck. Here's a breakaway, moving in. That is the player's Busick, and at the last second, I believe the defender got his stick on.
Right, yeah, it was a nice play by the defender there.
3:48 to play here in the opening period. It's 1-0 in favor of Team Lindsay. They've got it again. Busick from the blue line. Cuts out in front. Duquette in pursuit. He moves away from him. Throws it back to player at the blue line. Casey intercepted it. Now trying to race out to center ice. Casey. Feed pass over the line. Here's a shot and a goal right there. That's Bissonnet.
That was a good pass by Casey. Very heads up to know where his man was going to be and when.
Wow, that was really a nice play. That was a great shot. I think Filip Larsson may want to have that back, but I think you just have to credit Bizzer. It was perfectly placed.
Bizier with the goal, and it's a 1-1 tie. That was a big goal here with 3:21 to go in the first period in the consolation game. Pass up the right side. Here's a feed in front to Bergeron. Pass across. And that one was knocked away.
Yeah, that was. We're seeing some good defensive play, Ken. I think, as we kind of alluded to, I think the guys have tightened it down a bit. There are opportunities and chances, but it's kind of one and done.
Johansson with a feed out in front for Veleno, and it's off his stick, and back they come 2-on-2. Pass up across the line. In front for Bergeron. That pass too far in front of him as it skips along the right wing boards and out to center ice. Bergeron after the puck. Both teams are changing on the go. Game tied 1-1. Bergeron through center, up across the line, breaks through everybody, makes his way in, tried to put that one between his legs and shoot, but rolled off his stick.
I can see why the Red Wings like Bergeron. He seems to find the puck, and he has a high skill level. He's a little playmaker.
Yeah, we definitely said his name a lot during this 10-minute period here. He's had the puck. He's been making a lot of things happen.
Misto has it out at his own line, out of Soderblom. Back to Misto, who slides it across to Loggins. Loggins down the left wing, cuts inside. It rolled off his stick. Out to center ice, Phillips. Across the line, cuts wide, makes his way in, right circle. Lane was shut down. He'll pull it back. Now cut quickly out in front of the goal. Backhands it out in front. And knocked down was Lucas Savages. Made his presence known right out in front of the goal.
Yeah, I don't know, Ken. It seems maybe because they didn't resurface the ice in between games that it's getting a little snowy out there. Guys are trying to make a move on the puck, and it's sort of staying there, kind of getting caught up.
Well, the ice was just put in a couple of days ago.
Right. Al Sabaka and crew doing a stellar job as always.
Minute 20 to go, a 1-1 tie in the consolation game.
How thick do you think the ice is in an NHL rink?
Not more than a quarter of an inch, I don't
think. It really, yeah. Many people think it's 2 or 3 inches thick. It is not.
All right, minute to go, and back up the right side is Team Lindsay. Over the blue line, Busick drops it to the trailer, right circle. It bounced away for a moment. Now Busick has it again. Shoots the puck wide of the goal post. Into the corner, trying to dig it loose. That's Moore. Now it's steered up the boards to Casey, one-on-one. Over the blue line, Casey cuts inside, tried to make a play with a backhand, and the save made by Filip Larsson.
Larsson saw that all the way. He was squared up to his net. I would imagine if the score stays like this, both Filip Larsson and Keith Petruzzelli have to feel good about this first period, considering they each only gave up a goal, and there have been some good chances, but as we suspected, these two teams lost, so this is the consolation game, so I think they're playing a little more defensively sound game, even 3-on-3.
Veleno with a shot from the right circle. Larsson looked behind him, but covers up, and we've got a quick whistle, and Veleno looked really good in that first game, and he's been kind of watched here in the second.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking that myself. They kind of know where number 90 is on the ice.
Much quieter. He definitely has defenders on him.
He doesn't appear to be as open as he was in the first game.
Definitely.
Game tied 1-1, 20 seconds to go. Limoges pulls up right circle.
You don't want number 90 to beat you, so you're going to cover him.
Limoges in behind the goal. Taking a look up, lost the puck for a moment. Still controls, backhands it in front. Here's Bergeron into the slot on Veleno. Pulls it back, 2 seconds to go, they got to shoot. Lindstrom shoots it out in front, and the play is stopped, and we've ended the period, and it's tied 1-1.
Well, that was the lowest scoring period so far that we've had. This seemed to be a little bit more evenly matched, a little bit of a tougher, more physical game than we've seen so far.
Right. I mean, certainly you don't want to be the fourth team in a 4-team tournament here, 3-on-3, and I think you saw that. I think Ken pointed out really well that Joe Veleno was not given a whole lot of ice this time. Somebody was always on him. You know, he had to work for everything he got. He had a few chances, and both goalies needed to rebound, I think. Filip Larsson, who gave up 8 goals, and then Petruzzelli, well, he gave up 5, but I think one was a couple in a shootout, so it was only 1 goal. But Petruzzelli wanted a couple that he gave back in the first game, so I think both goalies acquitted themselves, and I think that both teams, again, were committed maybe not to leave their goalies hanging out to dry.
And I think both teams got a read now of their teammates, and I think that helps out a lot too. You play one game, now you kind of know where everybody is out on the ice, so that helps you out. And again, I like good, solid defensive play, and there's been some good plays by the defenders on both sides here in this game between Howe and Lindsay. So period number 2 has started. Game is tied 1-1. Team Howe going right to left. Barton moves in, and a good defensive play right there coming back by Troy Loggins to knock him off the play.
Right, now, Seth Barton last year was at UMass Lowell, as I said. Here's a break.
That's Soderblom making his way in. He scores! That's his second goal of the game.
Yeah, maybe I should pay more attention to these scouting reports on these players, because they said that he's big, he's strong, he likes to move to the net, and he has a good shot, and we saw all of that from Elmer there on that play.
Again, he was taken in the 6th round in this past draft, so that's a great pickup for Detroit. Well, it's looking like it so far,
He's one of those guys, after a couple of years more, how he progresses, where his game is at. He could be somebody that, that eventually makes his way to the AHL, and who knows, maybe the NHL as well.
All right, so it's 2-1. Soderblom with both goals for his club as the puck is back in behind the net. That's Bizier. He's got a goal. Tried to drop it back. It was intercepted. Now a race for the puck along the left wing wall. Sent out in front, and Bizier tied his man up, clears it away. And Team Howe comes back out the center. That's Casey rolling it through the skates of Moore. Couldn't find it. Teammate picks it up right there. That is Bizier, and now he drops it back. Johansson down the left wing with speed, cuts inside, tried to go outside, and a good defensive play by Moore to spin him around.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot more defensive plays, good defensive plays here in this consolation game.
Puck is back in the zone and making his way in. Johansson tried to feather it across, and that went off a stick to the near side. McLeod picking it up. He's with Veleno out there, falls down, got a backhand away right through the goal mouth, but skips into the corner. Johansson to McLeod. Calling for the puck is Veleno, and he got the stick blade on it to tap it wide of the target.
Just wide, though, but that was a good play.
And again, McLeod and Veleno have teamed up and has made some good plays throughout the course of the day. Moore slings it across on a long shift. Lucas Savages into the right corner, cuts out in front. Poke check by the goaltender, Filip Larsson. Barton has it at the blue line. Now he passed it across, and Lucas Savages makes his way into the zone. Right face-off circle, pulls the trigger, tries to go upside. Making the glove save right there was Filip Larsson.
Well, I think we have to be honest with our audience here, Ken, and say that Veleno and McLeod were teammates at Drummondville.
I was just gonna. I noted that. I'm gonna have to bring that up because they're used to playing with each other. That pass was almost perfect. If that would have finished, it would have been a great play.
Right. Joe had 104 points and McLeod had 84. So they both are pretty good offensive players.
Good dynamic duo right there.
Right.
2-1 lead for Team Lindsay. Soderblom with both goals. Barton steals out at center ice, feathers it across the blue line, making his way in. Here's Phillips with speed, cuts out in front with a chance, and Larsson made the save.
Phillips has had some pretty good chances. I can see why the Red Wings like him. He moves well to the net.
Long stretch pass, wide, and goes into the corner. Petrozelli lost his footing a little bit. Puck out in front. Here's a feed, and that one shot wide of the goal as Bergeron was trying to score.
Again, I like what they're doing. I mean, I like the plays, but certainly just a little off.
Bergeron appears to be laboring a little bit as he makes his way over to the end of the bench.
Well, that's not good.
Soderblom trying to make the play, circles the net. He's got 2 goals in the game, feathers it, but he put it right on the stick of the defender. And up the right side is Casey with Duquette. Casey to Duquette. He fired the shot. Larsson makes the glove save and keeps the play alive as he hands it off.
Hopefully that's just more fatigue by Bergeron because he hasn't played a lot of hockey lately.
Now Loggins moves in with a shot, and it was a quick one, but wide of the right side of the goal. 6:05 to go in the second period. 2-1 lead for Team Lindsay. Team Howe slowing it down right now as Soderblom is watching him. Team Lindsay making a change. Casey heads over to the bench for Team Howe, and here comes Joe Veleno on the ice, speeding down the left side, circles the net. Into the corner. Played it back on the blue line. Nobody there. That puck will slide all the way back in, and Johansson will scoop it up for Team Howe. Drop pass to McLeod. Steaming over the blue line. Makes his way to the right circle. Tried to move in on Yetman. Yetman had it knocked away, and now it's a pass off a skate that deflects into the corner. 5:21 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 in favor of Team Lindsay. Johansson almost turned it over. It was off the stick of McLeod, comes out the center. Now it's Yetman along the left side, tripped up a little bit. Lost possession of the puck, and just a bad break for him right there. Joe Veleno inside the zone, twisting and turning. Head up. Drops it back to the trailer. Here's a shot off the glove of Larsson, off the glass and into the crowd. So there's 4:53 remaining in the second period of the Consolation Game. Team Lindsay out in front of Team Howe, 2-1.
So far, actually, as we've seen, some nice chances, but the boys are tightening it up. As we said, I think you're going to see, as this game winds down with 4:53 left, you're going to see probably more of Joe Veleno, but a 2-1 score. I'm a little bit surprised by the score this late in the hockey game, but again, this is a consolation game. Both teams certainly do not want to go home 0-2.
Here's Limoges trying to put the puck in. It's between the pads over the line, and that's a goal for Limoges.
That was definitely a goal, but I don't know if we're going to see it.
That puck was in. That was over the line.
Yeah, Petrozelli kind of kicked it in himself, trying to squeeze the pads together.
Do we have replay here or what? Are we going to go to Toronto?
We might have to. Give him a call.
Look.
Yeah. Look, Limoges is
not sure
yelling
what's
at the
going
ref.
on.
He's going, look, that puck was in. You took a goal away from me.
That puck was definitely in. Keith Petrozelli says the check's in the mail, my friend.
Well, we must not be going to Toronto on this one because they have dropped the puck.
Well, plays resumed. We better call Toronto and see what's going on.
Well, there's bragging rights involved here, right?
Certainly.
There's a look at it right here.
This. You can see Petrozelli makes it between his legs. He kind of kicks it in right there. He guided the puck in. That was a goal.
Yeah, honestly, not sure how the ref missed that one.
Well, you know what? He lost sight of the puck. He's blowing the whistle, so he thinks Petruzzelli has it underneath him.
Well,
Limoges is still talking to somebody. Come on, didn't anybody see it? My parents back in Virginia saw it.
Well, I'll tell you what, nobody's in midseason form right now, so we'll give him a break. Cut him a break. Although Limoges isn't happy.
No, he's definitely not happy.
All right, here's Casey with the feed. Makes his way in with a backhand. Tried to put it through the pads of Larsson, who made the save. Larsson's looked better in this game.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, that's the way he is, and that's a good sign, too. That's what you want from a goaltender. Being able to bounce back, have a resiliency about him.
Still 2-1. Petruzzelli with a save on that shot from the left circle. Team Howe comes racing back up the right side. There's a backhand try by Bizier, and he scores. Bizier with a nice move, and he put it in to tie the hockey game 2-2.
Bizier's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's another guy that we haven't talked much about today. He was a free agent invitee, and, he's been really showing himself. In this game specifically, we've been talking about him almost the whole time.
Well, great patience there by Bizier. I mean, he waited it out. I mean, Larsson did everything he could do, but finally had to make a move, and Bizier was able to tuck it into the corner.
Great finish.
This is where Limoges is really feeling bad now.
Well, Bizier has a pair of goals for Team Howe, and Soderblom for Team Lindsay has both goals for them. Mojes into the far corner. Watched by Veleno. Got it out to center ice. Johansson has it. 3:08 to play. It's a 2-2 tie in the Consolation Game. Feed pass to Veleno. Stick handles his way inside. Drops it off to McLeod. To Veleno. Left circle. Coming back trying to steal was Bergeron, but he couldn't get the puck off of his stick. Here's a chance, and Larsson with the save. What a shot right there by Barton, who came in, and the great save by Larsson.
That was a great save, and you saw a little bit of the McLeod-Veleno hookups there.
Right, they had that Drummondville chemistry going there. Nice move. Seth Barton. Prior to being in UMass Lowell, he was a trail smoke eater out in British Columbia. He's from British Columbia, and Seth Barton had an opportunity to talk to him today. Very engaging young man, and he says, hey, I'm a late bloomer. I know I'm a late bloomer. His next step is to continue progressing at UMass Lowell, eventually get to Grand Rapids, and then someday Detroit. So he knows where his path is.
Yep, and out on the ice now for Team Lindsay. Here's a pass in front. Phillips with a one-time effort, and that one wide of the goal post. Lucas Savages has it into the right corner. Cuts out in front of the goal with a power move, taken down. You got to like Lucas Savages. He's had a couple of goals tonight, and he seems like he has no fear going to the front of the net.
No, well, obviously, when you're a free agent invitee, you do whatever it takes at this point. I mean, you're playing for an opportunity, for a job.
Barton trying to go coast to coast, and he was stopped. Yetman back the other way, left face-off circle. Toe drags the puck on Phillips, got it in front, and a save was made by Petruzzelli on a bang-bang play. Team Lindsay trying to capitalize here in a 2-2 tie with 2 minutes to go in the game. From the blue line, Busick makes his way in. Petruzzelli taking no chances, will freeze the puck off to the side of the goal.
Yes, each goalie has played very, very well this game, has been doing it. I don't know, Ken, isn't me, but it does seem at times Petruzzelli's been fighting this puck tonight. He's just unsure of where it's at after he makes a save.
I would imagine if you're a tall goaltender, one of the hardest spots, I guess, is right below you, trying to find where the puck is at because you're so big, you don't know where that puck is.
Right, and he's doing a lot of looking down.
Oh, nice move by Loggins, making his way in and ridden off the puck at the last second. He had a good chance to score. Game tied 2-2, a minute and a half to go. Consolation game. Here's Casey getting the feed. Left face-off circle in front of shot. And Bizier scores again. That's his hat trick. And it's 3-2.
Hello, Matthew Bizier.
That was a great shot. You know, it kind of looked like it was going to bounce over him at first, but he got control of it and put it right in the back of the net.
And here is the play of the game, really. Limoges' goal that didn't count.
Yeah, that's a big one now looking back
right,
on it.
really.
That's a big one.
It's really huge.
They're going to be talking about that one after the game in the locker room, of course.
Well, at least we know, for the most part, this game isn't going in the books anywhere. Everyone's watching. Coaches know what happened. They can see.
Right.
Well, Team Lindsay's going to have to pull their goaltender now, right?
Yeah, certainly, which is always exciting.
1 minute remains in the second period.
Here's Bergeron along the right side boards. Makes his way in on Johansson. Shot the puck in front. Veleno trying to make something happen. Here he comes out to center ice. Veleno and McLeod over the line. Veleno to McLeod. It was blocked. Rebound chance, and McLeod score.
Well, if there's going to be two guys that were going to give you a last chance, I think it was going to be those two, judging by the way Team Howe has been playing.
All right, well, you know, you could tell they knew, they take their time. There's no panic in their game. They know each other so well. They knew what was going to happen. Just go to the net. Joe's going to get me the puck somehow, and that's exactly what happened.
A bit of luck on that one with the defender, but, you know, that happens in hockey,
Well,
so
yeah,
heads up play.
That puck bounces.
So McLeod with the insurance goal. The puck is played off the boards and out to center ice. Now we have just 23 seconds to go in the game. And Team Howe leading 4-2. Larsson sets it up in behind his own goal. Now on the break is Troy Loggins out to center ice. Loggins up across the line on Team Howe. Couple of chances. Petruzzelli stopped him with a pad. The rebound left face-off circle. 3 seconds to go. Soderblom, 2 goals in the game with a shot. And the save was made by Petruzzelli. And the final score, Team Howe 4 and Team Lindsay 2.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure that Team Lindsay believes they deserved a little bit better fate maybe in this game.
Well, at least it wasn't a 3-2 game, because then you would have been really saying that goal might have meant a little more. So 4-2, you know, would have been 4-3.
Right. Well, it would have been, but you know, you could also say, well, hey, we would have had the lead 3-2 maybe, and it would have been a little different, put a little more pressure on those guys. But hey, it's a 3-on-3 tournament. They're all Red Wings, so again, a lot of good sportsmanship there. Everyone talking to each other. So I was pretty impressed so far by what's going on, and I think both teams, after losing the first game, came out here, tightened it up a little bit defensively, had some chances. The goaltenders made some big saves, so a pretty good effort.
Well, Team Del Vecchio, they started out and played in the first game. They've had a lot of rest going into this championship game. So I expect them to be really fresh, and it's going to be an exciting game for the championship here in this 3-on-3 gate tournament.
And then Team Lindstrom, they scored, was it 8 goals final? So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, Team Lindstrom, yeah, had the they put up a crooked number or two, so.
And Maurice Sider is going to be playing in the final game on Team Lindstrom. We talked a lot about him and how calm and collected he looked playing out there. What do you guys think they're going to need from him in this finals matchup?
Well, let's give Team Del Vecchio some incentive. They were not supposed to be here, so.
According to you.
Are we? I'm just joking.
Well, Team Del Vecchio, they opened up the hockey game with a big victory, and I was impressed with several young players. Kuffner, of course, and Rossi, they made some good, outstanding plays. Eliasson, the goaltender, was pretty tough. And then when you look at Team Lindstrom, you know, Groove did his stuff around the boards. O'Reilly had a couple of good opportunities. Cotkensalo and Kevin Maki, they all look good.
We're actually going to throw it over to Carly Johnston. She's got a very exciting interview with Phillip Sadena. Carly, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Sadena. Unfortunately, not playing in the 3-on-3 tournament. How much of a bummer is it to be watching from the sidelines?
Obviously, I would love to play there right now and trying to win the game, and obviously the whole tournament. But unfortunately, happened what happened. So I just want to be, I'm just right now like a fan. So it's kind of boring. I would love to be on the ice though.
Are there any guys out there you see that can be some of your next up linemen? I don't know, some guys you can play next to?
I don't know. Obviously, there's like every single guy on the ice is very good, very skilled guy. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know. I just saw Joey Villano, like his shootout. That was awesome. And then obviously there's many players they're very good.
So a little bit of a setback here at development camp, but are you looking forward to training camp?
Sure. I'm so excited about it, and hopefully I'll be healthy, and then I'll be 100% ready.
Well, get well soon. I know everyone wants to see you back out on that ice.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Carly. And of course, we can't wait to see Phillip Sadena playing. You heard him mention Joe Villano, and we've talked a little bit about the possibility of those two being on the same line. They were both drafted in the first round in 2018. Just talk a little bit about those two guys and their relationship, what it could be, and what one you think is ready.
Well, I think that, both of them obviously have bright futures. If you look at Villano's numbers in the Q and what Zadina was to do as a rookie with Grand Rapids, they're both going to get legitimate shots. They're going to be given every opportunity to make the Red Wings out of training camp. And if they don't, if they find themselves back and playing it together in GR, I think I know one person will be happy. That'll be Ben Simon, the head coach of the Griffins, because those are two premier players.
Well, we saw the magic that McLeod and Villano had in that last game, and anytime you have two teammates that can play together and they know where everyone's going to be out on the ice, it just makes it more magical, more fun. And certainly Villano and Zadina are top players, top end players, and I think if they ever played together, they'd be fun to watch.
Well, you would see a lot of Villano to Zadina Goal Red Wings. I mean, I think, certainly, Villano has really developed his two-way game. I think that Zadina learned how to develop a two-way game in Grand Rapids last year. I think that was part of the maturation process. And, as soon as they get that time and space that we've continually talk about, which you have to adapt to as a player, once they get that aspect of the game down, they're certainly Red Wings.
And before we get back to the finals game, the puck is going to drop here shortly. Let's talk about two other guys. Zadina spent some time up with the Red Wings last season, and Ryan Kuffner and Taro Rossi were out of college signees that came and played with the Red Wings for 9 games, 10 games, and they're out here in the finals, both on Team Del Vecchio, both played pretty well in that first game. We saw Ryan Kuffner get a couple goals. What do you guys want to see out of them in this last showcase in the 3-on-3 tournament?
Well, again, just use that experience that they had last year and keep it going for the development camp and just keep improving, getting better and better. You got to feel good for Kuffner. I know it's just a development camp game, but finally scored a goal. He had a great opportunity, I think, last year on the road in Pittsburgh where he clanged one off the crossbar. I was really hoping that he would score his first National Hockey League goal. It just didn't happen. But he's a competitor out there. Same thing with Rossi. The puck seems to follow him everywhere he's on the ice. And both of those two players I was really impressed with towards the end of last season when they played with the Red Wings.
Right. I mean, Rossi, as we said, ad nauseum maybe here, but the Red Wing players themselves were really impressed with his patience with the puck and the way he was able to make plays. And so I think when you look at it that way, it's and Kuffner getting a goal, and Kenny, you alluded to it. He had some chances. He didn't have the ice time, nor was he playing with the players that Rossi was playing with on the Red Wings, more relegated to a third or fourth line kind of guy. Rossi saw some power play time, but for him to score a goal, and I think to mesh with Rossi here, I think that's going to be important for Kuffner's confidence moving forward.
So we've got Team Lindstrom and Team Del Vecchio here in the finals. It looks like it's going to be Del Vecchio in red and Lindstrom in white.
Well, that'll be good. I think that these were everyone's kind of laughing and joking around. I don't know if they have some side bets going on or not, but Adams and Cots-Consalo, who play against each other out east, one at BU, Cots-Consalo and Adams at Union College. I don't know what was going on between them, but they were pointing at each other laughing. So look for that.
One of the players I was impressed with was Owen Robinson. He had a lot of speed, actually had a goal, and I like that speed. And I think in today's game, you really have to have speed, and certainly he was fun to watch. And also, when you look at Consalo, I thought he was pretty good back there for Team Lindstrom, and Kevin Maki has a couple of good chances as well.
Yeah, I think the thing, and we've talked about it all week long here at development camp, you can tell that, the Red Wings have drafted a lot of players the last 3 seasons, but it's high-end skill, it's high-end talent, and that hockey IQ, which they stress, you can see it out here on the ice.
Well, here we go. This is the championship game between Team Lindstrom and Team Del Vecchio. And we start with Rossi getting the puck along the left side with a feed pass in front. It was intended for Jack Adams, who was impressive. And we didn't talk about him that much, but he had 3 goals in that first game. One came in the shootout. That was the game winner. So now the tempo is picking up here. Tufto up across the line. Right circle with a shot. And the save was made. And the rebound into the protective netting. So a good quick start here in the championship game.
Right, and the crowd on their feet anticipating some wonderful hockey here. And certainly, Adams worked on his speed. Great save there. And, we have Bratstrom in one goal and then Eliasson in the other. So these are both guys that were drafted in the same year, last year, by the Red Wings. So there's a lot of things going on the ice, maybe little individual battles and things that you want to prove to the Red Wing management.
Here's Kuffner on the breakaway, moving in with a shot, and the goaltender made the save. Wow, what a good save right there.
That was a good save. Kuffner was right wide open.
From the line, Seider with a blast, and that one ends up off the glass and in behind the goal. Rouvet trying to knock his man off stride. Puck along the near wing, comes back to Seider, left circle with a feed in front, trying to reach in, and redirected home was Robert Mastro Simone, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Kuffner back up across the line to Mastro Simone. Toe drags the puck, makes his way in with a shot, and Eliasson with the save.
At this point, the pace really has picked up. You can see it. I mean, the Consolation Game, there is more offensive. These guys are playing up and down hockey right now.
Ryan O'Reilly dumped it back in behind the Del Vecchio goal. The puck is played up the left side. Robinson trying to use that speed to get inside, but a good play right there to knock him off the puck by Alec McRae. Here they come again up across the line. Left circle feed, a shot. That went off the glass. Quick rebound down the near side. Here's Morgan making his way in left circle with a shot. And again, a stick save made by the goaltender Bratstrom.
I think Morgan wanted to make a play, but he just couldn't. They shut the passing lane off, and he did what he had to do, was shoot the puck.
Holloway going after the puck. Now a quick change for Team Lindstrom. No score, 7:43 to play. This is the championship game at Little Caesars Arena.
Adams, Rossi out there together.
Dancing on those skates. He scores! He picked the corner of the goal. What a shot by Rossi, and it's 1-0.
For a guy who's supposed to be known as a passer, that was a pretty darn nice goal.
I was just going to say, I totally expected him to set somebody up on that one, and he just top shelved it. That was a beautiful shot.
Really, he was tied up too, but he had his hands free. He was able to put something on that puck and put it in a great place. Very impressive goal.
Bratstrom was a little deep in the crease right there, deep in the net, but it was Rossi finding the opening and putting it home.
I kind of think Bratstrom might have suspected that Rossi was going to go for the pass on that play too.
All right, so we got a 1-0 lead, 7:19 to play here in the first period of the championship game. And, it doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, hockey, whatever. These guys are so competitive. They all want to win, don't they?
Right. Well, there's definitely going to be some bragging rights in the room after this game. You guys are going to be, it'll be the good kind of ribbing, too. I mean, there's going to be no carryover the red and white game. We're going to have a bloodbath or something tomorrow on the ice. I mean, certainly they do want to win and they're competitive, but at the end of the day, they're all Red Wings. They all have the same goal in mind. And, I was talking, as I said earlier today, to Seth Barton, and he said, that's really what, I don't know how many guys are here, but if there's 72 guys here, when I leave camp and I go back to UMass, I'm going to have 71 friends, 71 guys that I'm going to keep in contact with. So, this is a bonding experience too. Even though they're in competition together, they kind of root for each other, which is pretty refreshing.
Right, it's got to be some fun too. I mean, we talk so seriously that all these guys are fighting for jobs, which they are, so there's that side of it, but there's got to be some fun to it.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about too, is having fun, but also making sure you get your work done and doing the right things out there that you need to do to try and open up the eyes of the management team.
Right, certainly. And, I mean, the thing, too, here, in this environment, they're all right around the same age, all have the same reference points. So, they can really relate to each other because they're all going through it together. When it really changes is when big camp starts, when the Red Wings show up in Traverse City, and then you can see the guys getting the deer in the headlights look again.
There's a backhand, and Eliasson made the save, and going after the puck there, Consalo trying to make a play. McRae throws that puck around the end boards into the corner, trickles behind the net, calling for the puck. That is Mastrosimone. Puck ends up behind the goal. It's cleared by Brattstrom, the goaltender, up the far wing. Consalo with a nice move to find some clear ice. On to McRae, turning with it inside his own zone. 1-0 lead for Team Del Vecchio. Rossi, the goal scorer. 5:54 to play. We're in the first period of the championship game. Glad you're tuned in on this Friday night. Here's Robinson bursting over the line, makes his way in with a shoulder fake.
Oh, hits the post.
He clanged the iron on that one on a good play using his speed. And that was a good shot, and he just missed.
Right, he's able to accelerate. I mean, he can accelerate at 2 strides in. He's at full tilt, and you saw it there.
Tufto brings it back. Drop pass over the line, little feed pass, and that's off the stick of defenseman Sider, and it comes, or make that Morgan, it comes out to center ice. Tufto gets the feed, 1-on-2, looking for some help. Slows it down, makes his way over the line, drop pass. Sider with a shot, a wrister, rebound, score!
Whoa, got his own rebound.
Wow. Good to see the offensive side of him too there.
Right, that was a nice play. He followed up his play and unflappable, had a little bit of a smile. I think he wanted to do a little bit of a goal dance, but he decided not to.
Guys, I think Carly and I might have picked the 2 best players to watch so far.
Absolutely. Although my pick, Larsson, actually played better in the second game.
He did. He played a lot better. Great bounce back game for him.
But you're right. You picked some good players.
Gustav Lindstrom was just solidly and quietly brilliant.
Sider with a move.
We just didn't mention him enough.
The puck comes out to center ice. Game tied 1-1. Sider with a good play there to tie it up. Kevin Mackey got it to Sider. Pass off a Tufto into the corner, and now it's scooped up. 2-on-1 developing. Here's a drop pass, and that one ends up along the near side boards, and now it's all the way out to Mastrosimone, who backpedals into his own end. Team Del Vecchio making a change. Lead pass intended. Dastu, and that one ends up in behind the goal. Puck sent to Mastrosimone with a move, cuts out in front through defenders, and then the puck rolled off his stick.
Malte Setkov, who's out there right now, number 73, kind of looks like Mo Sider because they both have kind of the hair thing going, but he's, not for being offensive, he's really jumping into the play.
Here's Groove moving in with a shot, and the goaltender Eliasson with the save. He had an excellent opportunity to score.
Really, and that was a nice save. I'm sure they're used to probably played each other somewhere down the line, both being Swedish.
Mastrosimone with a wrist shot, and he's got a really hard shot, and that one ends up off the glass and into the crowd.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I mean, it doesn't, it doesn't take him long to get it off, too, and it's hard and it's accurate. Malte Setkov. Remember when you had hair like Setkov there, Ken? Always have those flowing locks.
That was back in the high school days.
You're going to have to show me a picture of that. I don't think I've ever seen your flow.
Oh, Ken, back then he was...
It worked well with the leisure suit, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it really did. Big wide collar.
Platformed heeled shoes.
Every day was Clash Day for Ken.
Here's a lead pass. McRae up over the line. He scores!
Oh, very nice play.
Alec McRae, he was signed by Grand Rapids back in April, so we can expect to see him?
Well, certainly. We've talked about this too. He knows where he's going. He knows he's going to be a Griffin, but, he has an opportunity to be in the second best league in the world and perfect his game, and who knows? Detroit's not that far away if things keep progressing.
Sider has it now as he brings it out of his own zone. It's 2-1 in favor of Team Lindstrom. Tufto up across the line, drops it off to Kevin Maki. Hands it off to Sider. Sider has an opening, drops it to Kevin Maki going in, twisting and turning, tried to cut through to the fence, had it broken up, and here they come 2-on-0 the other way. Pass across, a shot, and they score. Tic-tac-toe passing.
Well, Ken, you mentioned, I mean, you said that you liked him in the first game, but Robinson has played very, very well, and Rossi is picking up right where he left off with the Red Wings and with Michigan State. Rossi was part of, what a play. Nice little give and go. Nothing the goaltender could do on that one. Nothing. Just a great play by a couple of forwards there for Team Del Vecchio.
2 goals in the game for Rossi, and now they come back. Team Lindstrom up across the line. Into the corner, that's Albin Gruve losing the puck up the left side. They come back, Team Del Vecchio. Along the near wing, it's a centering attempt, right circle, shot and a goal. That's a heck of a shot right there.
You know, Jack Adams did some nice work along the wall there, keeping the puck in, spotted Berglund and gave him a great pass, and he fired it home. So
Team Del Vecchio looks pretty good right now. Pretty good. That's the team you changed your odds over to, right, Art?
Right, yeah, that's a team that I did not know that we're going over the whole arena when I said they shouldn't be here. So I guess I fired them up a little bit.
There's a little drop feed, shot wide of the goal. The puck goes into the corner. So it's 3-2, Team Del Vecchio, 1:49 to play. Setkoff, the big defender, makes his way down low into the corner. Turns away from a check. Drops it back. Kuffner, side of the goal, dropping it back now. Master Simone to Kuffner with a shot and a save made by the netminder there, and that was a good one. Bratstrom the save. O'Reilly back the other way.
Bratstrom has made some nice saves in this game.
O'Reilly cuts out in front, left face-off circle moving in. Master Simone all over him. Now he comes out in front, turns, fires, and Eliasson comes up with a save. And we have a whistle with 1:17 to play in the first. 3-2 Del Vecchio.
Well, the pace has been really good. It's been a quick, fast-paced game, a lot of up and down action, plays made offensively, defensively. I think if you're watching this game, again, you have to be pretty impressed with, for summer hockey, with the way these guys are playing.
Here's Robinson with that speed again, trying to make something happen. Along the near wing, still fighting, competing hard, and it's finally chipped away and out to center ice. Morgan has it. Minute to go in the first period, says Eric Freiney, the PA voice. And it's 3-2, Team Del Vecchio. Tough two, out to center ice. Pass up across the line, gets the return feed. Oding Tufto. Now pass out in front, stop. Quick feed out to center. Now here's a breakaway. In on goal, a shot wide of the target. And that was shot from the right side by Berglund again, and Berglund will pick it up. Along the near wing, had it taken away and down the right side. Moving in, Kevin Maki to the right face-off circle. Pass across, off the stick of Berglund. Try to feed it across. Now here's a shot, and Kevin Maki scores. He actually played that one off the goaltender and into the net.
Well, good perseverance there. Kevin Maki just holding his position, waiting for it. But real nice.
Rossi with a diving effort there. Didn't you see that one? It didn't do much, but he put in the effort for it.
Right, certainly.
8 seconds to go in the period. 3-3 tie. Championship game. Gruve plays it to the open side, and now it's lifted out the center. Here's Jack Adams with a shot at the horn. And the save was made by Bratstrom, and that's a good heads-up play by Adams, knowing how much time was left to get that shot away.
Yeah, well, he's a heads-up player. Certainly all he does in this environment, and again, college players, this is it. Development camp is it. They all go back to the respective universities. Some go back. Some European players actually go back to their team. They're not part of the prospects tournament, nor are they part of Red Wings training camp. So they have a very limited time to impress Red Wing brass, and most of the guys, Casper Consconsalo, college kid, he's got a couple of goals looking good. And, certainly Jack Adams, as you said, a real heads-up play there at the end, and he had 3 goals in the first game. So, I know I keep saying the same thing, but year upon year going to Red Wing training camp when they had, a very established veteran team, you didn't see a whole lot of rookies. Or once the rookie came or some of their young prospects, if they had one that you thought had a legitimate shot at Detroit, they were few and far between. That's not the case anymore. Obviously, the Red Wings are in a different situation, but I just think the overall talent, the skill level that we're seeing on the ice, on the back end and up front and in net, is pretty impressive.
Well, guys, it's all coming down to this final period. It's a 3-3 tie, and this is for all the marbles right here.
This is for all the Little Caesars you can eat, one day only. Lisa McDowell will let you do it.
Final 10 minutes. Here is Consconsalo twisting and turning through center ice over the line. Weak shot in on goal. Save was made. Now a long stretch pass, and here they come. Master Simone over the line. Left circle put on the brakes. Had it tapped away by the defender McCray, who got it out to center ice. Setkoff. Not a Kuffner with that shot. He scores!
There you go.
What a rocket under the crossbar for Kuffner.
That's what you wanted to see.
Yeah, well,
that first one, and he's feeling pretty good.
Some confidence in that one. You saw it as soon as he got the puck. Look at little move, and he buried that one.
Carter Gylander now in net, sharing the goaltending duties.
6'1", 195 pounds for Kuffner, and it's 4-3 in favor of Team Del Vecchio. Jack Adams drops it. Rossi tapping it down into the corner. Kevin Maki will pick it up, swing it in behind his own goal. Tough toe into the corner, feed pass out to center, and now a one-on-one battle up across the line in the Del Vecchio zone. Sider in the corner, absorbs a check as they try to battle away for the puck. Now a feed pass to Adams, 2-on-2 with Rossi. Rossi into the right face-off circle, pulls up along the boards. Throws it across. Sider into the left circle in front for Adams. He was covered. Kevin Maki comes away with the puck. And now he feeds it ahead. Tough toe up across the line. Makes his way into the left circle. Put on the brakes. Throws it back to the middle of the blue line. 8:32 to go. Sider lane was shut down. It's 4-3 Team Del Vecchio. Sider right face off circle with a shot. And the save was made by Eliasson. He'll hang on.
Yeah, Team Del Vecchio needed a line change there. Rossi and Adams were out for what seemed like an eternity. They were getting pretty tired, and they almost let Mo Sider work his magic out there.
We got to be impressed with Sider, the way he's performed here in this developmental camp in this 3-on-3 tournament. Can't wait to see him tomorrow in the Red-White game.
Well, he's unflappable. I think, you can tell he not too high, not too low. That's what you want, and he thinks the game very, very well.
It's just a little glimpse, obviously, at what we're going to see out of him. But like I was mentioning before, we haven't seen much of him. So to see him play, finally, people might understand, like, oh, this is what they saw in him. This is why he was our 6th overall.
Well, yeah, certainly, because from the reaction of that I was told when people, when the Red Wings drafted him 6th overall, right around this time last week in Vancouver, a week ago today, the first thing everybody did was bring out their phones and Google him. Because they weren't quite sure. They kind of heard him, but they really didn't know. And, they're going to know him real quickly now.
Former player Carlo Koliakovo sent out a tweet after the Red Wings drafted him. They said, you're going to be salivating about this player in 1 to 2 years.
Well, and I wouldn't be surprised by that. As I said, I know I keep saying it, but, being the rookie of the year in the DLL and in a men's European league, in the German league, is impressive.
We got an icing call, and we don't really see that too much in the 3-on-3 game.
No, I think the linesman thought he was doing a real game. We haven't seen any penalties either.
Saw a questionable call there, though, in the last game, right?
Yeah,
the Consolation game?
Yeah, well, that goal, we understand that game is being played under protest now. Official protest has been lodged. So I don't know if Steve Yzerman's going to rule on it or not.
Yeah, Limoges thought he had a goal, and it was taken away, and he should have got credit for the goal across the line.
Limoges did have a goal. I think we can safely say that, but they missed it.
Shot blocked off the stick of McRae into the corner as Setkov tried to score on that hard slapper.
Yeah, I think Malte Setkov's played a pretty solid game too.
He's got the hair flowing. He's a big, tall defenseman. Wearing uniform number 73 in red as the puck goes into the corner. 6:39 to play in the final period of the championship game. Kuffner with the go-ahead goal to give Team Del Vecchio a 4-3 lead.
Right, you've got to feel good for Kuffner, as we said. You know, he struggled when he was up here, but scoring a goal looks good. Here's Setkov. Setkov is from Denmark, lives in Copenhagen, and drives every day to play hockey in Sweden.
Tufto with a shot wide of the goal. That's a lot of miles.
It is a lot of miles. Of course, I've been told actually from where he is in Copenhagen to where he plays in Sweden is kind of like driving from Windsor to Detroit. So maybe it's not that far.
So maybe a half hour or something.
Maybe a half. It depends on how the bridge is. He takes the tunnel.
From the blue line, Berglund into the left face-off circle, cuts out in front of the goal. Adams with a couple of whacks right out in front, parking that big frame in front of the goaltender, Gylander, and he made the save. Team Lindstrom heads back 2-on-1, barely onside over the blue line. Little drop feed, slap shot, save made by Larsson, and now the rebound comes away out to center ice. Into the slot, Rossi trying to score, and he tried to go between the pads, and Gylander with the big save right there.
Yeah, use the Adams as a great decoy, too. I mean, Jack takes up a lot of room.
5:14 to go in regulation. Championship game, period number 2. It's 4-3 Del Vecchio over Team Lindstrom. Gruve trying to make his way in. He was stopped. Pearson circles into the corner, backhands it out in front of the goal, knocked away, and here comes Morgan down the left wing. Out to center ice, up across the line, cuts his way in. Between the rings, drops it off, shot taken, and the save made by Gylander on that hard slap shot from the left side.
Well, with 4:48 left in this game, the second period almost halfway done. I would expect you're just going to see the Team Lindstrom just try to push the issue a little bit more, take some more chances, and eventually pull their goalie if the score remains the same, and that'll be pretty exciting.
Master Simone with a shot, a wrister on goal, and Gylander made the save. So you got Master Simone out there for Team Del Vecchio. Setkov is out there as well. And Kuffner has the go-ahead goal. Now he breaks out the center after getting the pass. Carries up across the line, drops it. Setkov makes his way in with a shot. Gylander with the glove save. He thought about playing it. Instead, he hangs on top of the crease with 4:18 to go.
You know, I know I talked about Malte Setkov, but I think the thing that I like about him is that the Red Wings were hoping that he starts to show a bit of an offensive player in an offensive game. He's certainly not shy about jumping into the play, and he's gotten off a couple of good shots. So this is a pretty good performance by him.
Here's Consolation. He had a couple of goals in his last game. Moved it up across the line. Right circle feed to Consolation with a shot, and Eliasson made the save, and here comes Adams. Racing out to center ice with those long strides. Carries over the blue line. Cuts inside. Consolation came back to knock him off the puck. Now Riley turning out to center ice. Makes his way over the blue line. Works his way in. Tried to go upstairs from a sharp angle, and the puck was blocked. Consolation has it again. Turning it back to the blue line, hands it back. O'Reilly to Consolation. Left-handed shot, moves it out to McRae. McRae turns, fires, looking for a rebound out in front. And it's cleared out to center ice, and now we have 3.5 to go in the championship game, and Team Del Vecchio with a 4-3 lead. O'Reilly, long shift, moves over to the right side boards, throws it down low into the corner for Kivenmaki. Tufto picks it up right circle, trying to make his way in. He was stopped. Turning with it, Morgan hands it off along the right wing.
Little tight checking going on here now.
Up across the line, Morgan again makes his way into the left circle. Sider trying to knock him off the puck. He centered it. Tufto intercepted it, and here they come 2-on-1 over the line. Tufto over the blue line with Kevin Maki. He puts a move on his man and just trickled it wide to the short side of the goal. Tried to make a play out of nothing right there.
Right,
Art.
yeah, certainly. That was pretty impressive. I just like the decision making that these players are making. I mean, certainly they seem to have a good understanding of what's going on, and I haven't seen many bad plays or glaring mistakes made by anybody out on the ice tonight.
And that was something we talked about yesterday when we were previewing the 3-on-3 tournament, saying, sometimes you might throw the puck away by just making a bad play or something. We haven't really seen that. They've been pretty disciplined out there all game long.
Well, the thing, too, is that you're seeing behind the play, guys are communicating and pointing to one another, making sure that they have a man covered. And that's what we said. To this 3-on-3 tournament, each guy on the ice has to be really responsible for one man on the ice and pretty much shadow him throughout.
Kuffner races over the blue line, trying to make something happen. The puck rolled off into the corner. 2:09 to play, 4-3 lead for Team Del Vecchio. Out to center ice coming back. That's Master Simone, who's checked along the boards. It bounces out to center ice. Setkoff at the red line.
Pearson close to getting the first penalty of the game.
Setkoff, left circle, Kuffner scores. He rifled it in. Two big goals for him.
Well, there he was. My player of the game is really played very well. This is good for Ryan Kuffner because he needed to score some goals. He needed to get a little bit of confidence back, and he certainly, you can see what the Red Wings saw in him just by the way he's played this game. His shot, he gets it off quickly. It's very, very accurate. He's the all-time leading scorer at Princeton with 152 points in 132 games, and this can work wonders for him.
75 goals, too, in his career there at Princeton. So he's got a couple of big goals here in this game. And it's now a 5-3 lead for Team Del Vecchio. Minute and a half to go. Oh, tripped out at center ice was Consalo. Almost a minor penalty there.
Yeah, we're getting close to some minor penalties here the last couple of minutes.
Ref's going out for a twirl here tonight as the puck comes out to center ice. Just kidding. Up over the line.
When will the goaltender be pulled? Looking at the bench.
Here's Tufto making his way in, pass across off a stick. It was intended for O'Reilly. All right, 1 minute to go in the championship game. It's a 2-goal Del Vecchio lead, 5-3 over Team Lindstrom.
We have a trade to announce. Valeno now is playing for Team.
I don't think that's allowed.
I don't think so either.
We'll see him tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Sider makes his way in, drops it into the slot, broken up, and now turning with it. Morgan, puck stolen. Here's a chance and a save by Eliasson right out in front. That was a good chance right there by Tufto.
Tufto has been creating some very, very good scoring chances.
He's not a big guy, Tufto,
No.
but he makes plays. He makes things happen out there.
Right, and that's exactly what the Red Wings want to see. How do you adapt your skill set to the game? And he's done a pretty good job.
All right, we're down to 30 seconds. Kevin Maki chips it, right circle, feet in front to Tufto, slides it across, and the puck is into the corner. He tried to feed his man off the right side. That was Sider there. Tufto has it again, drops it to Kevin Maki.
Sider using that body.
Sider in pursuit now down the right side, stumbling Holloway. Gets up quickly though, but enables Sider to come back to pick it up with 2 seconds to go. There goes the horn, the game is over. And Team Del Vecchio wins the 3-on-3 championship by a 5-3 score.
Team Del Vecchio wins, the team that everyone counted out before this tournament began, and wouldn't you know it?
I think it was you that counted.
According to Ken, when Ken gave me the odds, I mean, Del Vecchio was not, they were an afterthought, but certainly just an impressive all-round effort, I thought, by all the teams. Ken, we alluded to it during this, during the telecast here, that we didn't see a lot of glaring mistakes. There weren't guys turning the puck over. For the most part, what we saw was a lot of playmaking out there, a lot of good plays offensively and defensively, and some pretty solid goaltending.
And a couple of players that I thought were good were Robinson with that speed. I thought he was terrific. And Kuffner, who scored some big goals. And you're right. I think once he scores in the National Hockey League, the floodgates will open, and it'll be a lot more easier for him. I think he was pressing a little bit last year.
Well, guys, it definitely lived up to everything that I was hoping for. It was a lot of fun to see these guys out there. We're going to wrap things up pretty quickly here, but I want you both to give me kind of who you thought came and performed the best in this 3-on-3 tournament, or maybe even the most unexpected, but who were you guys most impressed by? Art, you start off.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know we talked about it, but I think Ryan Kuffner needed this game. I think he needed this opportunity. So I would look at him and I would think that he was a guy that was pretty impressive. You saw by his shots, by his accuracy, what the Red Wings saw in him when they signed him.
And I'll go next. I think we have to go with the other guy that spent some time with the Red Wings, Taro Rossi. It wasn't really unexpected. We know what he can do, but I think he showcased it really, really well, made some great plays, and also, like we said, he sets people up. He kind of is the setup guy, but he also buried a couple goals.
Yeah, he was good, and I thought Lucas Savage's early in the first game had several golden opportunities. He had a couple of goals and really played hard. And Mo Seider, he was outstanding on the blue line here tonight in the game as well.
It's really tough just to limit it to one. Everybody brought their A games tonight.
Definitely, and I was very excited to watch Mo Seider play, and he played very, very well. Like we said, he was calm. He seemed like he had control of the play a lot of the times, which is very impressive to see out of somebody so young and kind of inexperienced when it comes to the actual NHL. But we're going to wrap things up for you guys. Thanks so much for joining us for the 3v3 tournament, and congratulations to Team Del Vecchio, our champions for the first ever development camp 3v3. And just a reminder, we will be back tomorrow for the red and white scrimmage. That stream will start at 11:30 a.m. We'll have the same crew here. It will be Art, myself, and Ken, and it'll be a lot of fun, so you guys won't want to miss that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.